One, two, one, two. Mic check. Get this mic right here. One, two. Set this up right here. There's no intro. There's no theme music. We're gonna do what we do right here, like this. We're gonna do it like this. Da 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 da. Let's see. One, two. Sounds good to me. They definitely don't let my theme music roll no more. Good looking out, YouTube. You know what it is. Let me see. We in the building. Got my man O. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat for you. O, hang on 1 second. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna copy it. We're gonna close it. We're gonna drop it like this. Boom. Hit that link. Oh, Mizzy, everybody in the house. This is what we're gonna do. Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome to special Monday noon smoke episode. It's your host Ace World. Excuse me. Words are hard. It's your host Ace World, aka Mr. Smoke himself. We here, man. We here. We in the building. We doing it. Mike D. We got. Well, we pulling them up live, man. We gonna add Mike D to the joint. What up, Mike D?
What up, Smoke?
Link is in the building. We continuing this from an earlier on episode. Um, Backpack Val. Check him out on YouTube. Check out his channel. Mike D, you just in time. We
Shout
have
out,
a episode. Talk to me, big brother. What's good?
shout out. Not much, man. Here working this holiday. It's considered a holiday weekend at the hospital where I work at. So,
Getting that
just here
money.
working, putting my getting that money. I get my
Gotta,
vacation on.
gotta get money. If we don't got money, we can't travel. Got my man. Speaking of
That's
travel, got my
that's
man
right.
Omar in the building. This is my man Omar. Omar, this is my man Mike D.
Oh
He's
my,
my
what's happening? What's
next door
happening?
neighbor. This is my next door
What's
neighbor
going
when I
on,
moved
man?
to Panama, man. This
How
is
you
my next
doing,
door
man?
neighbor from Panama City. Omar
That's what's up.
representing um representing H Town. Right now he representing in Medellin. You know what I mean? We're gonna
That's what's
roll up
up.
in a minute. Amari in the house, Felix King in the streets with Keys. I wanna invite people to jump on the
Can you hear
panel.
me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear, my brother. We're gonna get these mics set up right before we roll into this. I can hear you,
Okay,
man. How
cool.
you doing? Thank you for joining me, oh.
Good deal,
How's the
man.
weekend? How's the weather in Medellin right now, my brother?
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful right now. It ain't too hot, ain't too cold. Just right.
As usual, man. All right, so let me do this. What
It's
you
cold up
normally,
here in
normally,
Buffalo.
normally you catching that rain. You know how I get down here.
perfect
So
time?
the rain done
Very,
slowed up.
very cold up here at Buffalo, man. Very cold up here.
You in Buffalo?
People, I'm outside of Buffalo, Rochester, man.
Oh
Oh,
my
But
God, man! I'm
in
I'm, I'm hearing some.
Buffalo,
I was hearing some crazy shit going on up there.
yeah, man, like 16 people died from that snowstorm that
What?
hit.
That's
16,
crazy.
yeah, 16, yeah, man. To get
that's
weather
crazy.
dropping like below zero, man. And, up
So
here
is it
trying to
these people
shovel
are
heart
like taking?
attacks.
Are these folks like taking like unnecessary chances or something? Like how they putting themselves in that position? Or
Um,
because I'm sure
by
they told folks to stay inside or whatever.
yeah, all
Uh,
the time. But you got the elderly there, man. And
It's crazy.
they out there trying to shovel zero below, heart attacks. It's so cold out there, man.
That's
Bad.
a bad look,
yeah,
man.
shit.
Yeah,
Listen, we're gonna get off that ice cold ish and we're gonna warm it up a little bit. And we're
that's what's
gonna
up.
use that as a segue to roll into this topic today. And this is called Smoke, Love, and Passport. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're not talking Thor.
Moving
We
to
ain't
level.
but we talking smoke, love, and passports. All right. So with that right there being said, right, I'm gonna give you the preface to this conversation right now. So anybody that would like to join, you can hit the link, jump in. But I'm gonna lead a preface into this right here. When I talk about smoke, we know that's myself, right? But then you got the literal smoke that comes when you're in a relationship. So that's where the love comes in, right? And then you have the passport. That's the X factor in everything. Okay. So I'm gonna put this together. I'm gonna walk us through this real slow. Slow but right to the point, right? So me is the smoke, right? I'm in love with my lady, but I have a passport, right? So Omar, for example, my man Omar, me and O, we go way back. We go back 10 years, right? Like I said, he was my neighbor when I lived abroad. He was my next door neighbor. And from there, we developed a good brotherly bond, right? He's been living abroad for how many years, Omar? How many years you been living abroad before we met even? Give me a total.
Since 2011. So
2011.
yeah, since the end of 2011. Yeah.
And we met
And the
around
shit was all
2013.
an accident, damn near. I mean, the way that I look at the shit now is kind of like destiny, I guess. You know. So,
That's what's up.
And it plays out
yeah.
good. So what led you to moving overseas? Just real quick. Just give a background. Just give the folks out there listening the background. And then I'll roll into my little segue and then we'll take it from there. Just real quick. I hope you got time, Mike D, because I know you want to clock right now. But
So I'm all good. I'm all good.
All right. Go ahead, or real quick. What led you to moving
Yeah,
overseas?
well, shit. I got tired of my job. I was basically stressed out, and I decided to basically just quit and go abroad. I mean, and it's a little different for me because my family's Panamanian. So going out there, I had somewhat of a support system. While I was alone, I still had somewhat of a support system. But yeah, and once I just abruptly quit. I actually, like, I was in my review. I was getting my performance review, and they were tearing my ass up, telling me I wasn't doing this, wasn't doing that, wasn't doing this. And next thing during that interview, because they thought I was gonna go angry black man, so
Oh
they
shit.
had somebody in there as like a witness. And after the lady tore me up, I was like, oh yeah, by the way, um, I'm resigning, so I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice. The witness, who was drinking she was drinking some coke or something. She damn near spit the shit out because she was like, damn, you done made the boy quit, you know. Uh, but yeah, so I basically quit, left, moved to Panama, and then I stayed like 3 months, and then when I flew back to Texas to visit my fam, as soon as that plane landed, you know, I don't know what it is, but I start fucking. It was almost like an anxiety attack. Like as soon as the plane touched down, it was like, damn, I don't want to be here. So at that point, I knew that I had to be that my calling was to be overseas, and it went from there.
Oh wow.
Wowzers. And
That's
that's
what's
good
up.
because and this comes from somebody that's been rooted, right? That's from somebody that has family roots so he's kind of returning to a country that you have family roots from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which is a
it's a
good
little different. Like it's a little different because with that you got a little bit of an advantage because you got, like, I got immediate family that's in Panama.
facts.
So it's a little different. Yeah.
You know,
Facts. Opposed to somebody that's kind of going somewhere and kind of like, for example, like I had traveled there several times before. I had did the year bid over there. And I don't mean the bid as in a bad thing. And then when we kind of met and linked up and everything, it's different because I did have friends like for example, like you also developing a friendship with you, someone who also had family roots in the city and in the community also helped. Just like I also had mutual friends that had roots in the community and everything there. So I always kind of had a safety net to fall on if need be. Thank God I never needed to use it, but I kind of had a safety net
Yeah.
and a parachute. Salute to OG
Right.
Jones in the building. Salute to Chicken Burrito, Felix King. Everybody in the building. He's, but
Shout
yeah,
out.
it kind of played a part in what I wanted to do. But like for example, so branching on from there, right? Moving on. Let me get right into the meat of it. Love and passports. So, for example, my lady, you personally know her, her family, Omar actually is rooted into my family because I do have Colombian family that was rooted into Panama, and he has been around my family, my lady, um
That's what's up.
close family, etc. So he is a close friend of my family as well.
I
He's
actually
rooted out
signed
there.
on the
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
actually
He
signed the
signed
marriage.
paperwork
I was a
and
witness.
stuff. Exactly. He was at my wedding and everything, right? So he is actually, he was at my wedding. You know what I mean? So he's pretty much rooted into my family. So he's pretty much a family member as well. And loving passports. So now, right now, right, I wanted a couple of the other fellas to be on the panel because I wanted to, and I'm gonna give it a minute because like Cincinnati, I don't know if you're out there listening, creeping. Keith, I wanted you to pull up particularly him in Cincinnati. I wanted them particularly on the panel, but we'll get into that. But I'm gonna just tell my story. So for example, right, I met Omar, my brother, traveling.
Uh,
Okay. I've also met I'm gonna welcome D Blake to the panel. What's up? This is my man D Blake. Omar, this is my man D Blake. Mike
What's
G
good, fellas?
D
individual.
Blake in the building.
Salute, salute. Thank you for joining us. We're talking love and passport. I'm giving a backdrop on, and I'm giving some kind of a form of transparency also to some of the fellas that just kind of met me that I kind of that may not be in depth too much abreast of my story, right? So as a travel OG that's been traveling for 25 plus years, right? Um, we talk love and passport, right? So like I said, I actually fell in love overseas, right? And there's a lot of and
Okay,
there's levels to
okay.
this, right? There's levels to this ish. So you have people
Mhm.
that travel, fun, entertainment. I'm an adventure traveler myself, so I travel for adventure. I never I started traveling when I was young. I never thought of, like we're in a different era now. So I never thought of I'm traveling to find a wife or something of that nature, right?
Mhm.
That was
Mm-hmm.
Right.
never my thing. I'm traveling to have fun, the adventure, all the good stuff that comes with the whole travel. You know what I mean? Because it becomes an addiction. It becomes a lifestyle actually. Once you start traveling and once you hit your first country and everything, you kind of roll into the flow with it. So it's like, okay, cool.
Facts. I think I'm addicted.
It becomes,
Yes.
it becomes a lifestyle. It's like it's fun, it's different, it's challenging. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
so me, for example, as a result of my travel, I ended up falling in love in my travels. Right. Ended up getting married in my travels. Like wowzer,
Ooh,
you know.
got
What?
my in. Okay.
And let me
Uh,
tell you, but it's a
okay.
great thing. It's a good thing at the same time. It works in different ways, right? So it's a good thing, right? Because I actually lived there, so we actually got to pretty much, and it's different if you're visiting someone, right? It depends on if you're visiting, but I actually lived there, so I actually had day to day interaction with the individual. You're in the house. You see how you're going to work. You see where they work at. You at the house. You know what I'm saying. You're practically living together. So it's pretty much the same situation in the States. So say if you have a girlfriend, you're dating, you're at the house every day, her family and everything, and you rocking and rolling, and then, hey man, let's move in together and all that other stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you live
Yeah.
overseas, it's different because you're there on a daily basis. You know what I mean? For the majority, opposed to if you're living in the States and you're having a long distance relationship. Because long distance relationships barely work. Say if you live in Brooklyn and she live in the Bronx, like that's a 20-minute ride, bro. That's you know what I mean. So there are challenges that come with that kind of ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to that type of situation. But when you actually live in the country and you're there on a daily basis, breaking bread with her and the family and everything, it's different. You know what I mean? Because you're actually living there, boots on the ground, holidays, birthdays, all of that stuff. You're spending together with the family and the chick you dating. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That adds a different element to it. You know what I'm saying? So as Chicken Burrito says, I can feel that. Yeah. So when you live there, it's different. So it's no different than a relationship when you live, say, in the States or whatever your home city is. You know what I mean? So like, I want to circle back to Omar real quick. Oh, um, you actually you met Cheryl living abroad because actually he lives abroad full time. So kind of what's the science into how that works? You know what I mean? I mean it's not a rocket science, but as far as living abroad, because then we'll tackle the other aspects of it real quick. But how does that work for you? You know what I mean? I know you know my story because we like pretty much family, so you know my story, but unmute your mic, Omar. Hold on. Unmute. Hold on. Yeah, I think you're muted.
Oh yeah.
Go
Sorry,
for it.
sorry about that.
Go for it,
Yeah,
brother. Mhm.
I mean, I would say that definitely overseas when you're living abroad, I would operate on the catch and release system. So
For sure. We'll talk
and,
about
and
that
what
as well.
and what I mean by that is that a lot of brothers, what I see a lot of guys do is that they'll lock in on one chick, and this chick is not really feeling them. It's more or less on some, they're using that person for financial resources or whatever. So um and you looking just like we're all looking in the US, we're looking for that one that's like it ain't all about the finances. uh and so like basically the way that I met my girl, and initially I was doing a dating thing. Like I wasn't like totally committed as of yet. So we dated a bit, and then after a while I was like, damn, this chick really feeling me. And I think what happens with a lot of guys is like, deep down if a chick is feeling you or not. It's just that what we tend to do is we tend to fight what our subconscious mind or that third eye is telling us, that hey, this chick is on some bullshit, and that it's probably best that we move on. But for whatever reason we fight it, and that's very very true over here in Latin America, because you lock on into a chick that's a knockout, a 10, and you ain't trying to let that go. But it's almost like you trying to fit a circle into a square, like. And so um in my situation I felt like she was feeling me, and I decided to uh to like basically take the dive. um Now what I did also is, before we decided that we were going to be committed long term, is I was like, hey, if you got a husband, boyfriend out here, let me know right now, because I ain't trying to die, you know,
So Salute not
over
trying to
no chick.
die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So So,
Yeah, you know,
so
them
I
niggas
made
got
it
West
very.
Indian gang and all that.
So I made it very clear because you know these dudes, some of these dudes out here don't take too kindly to
Nah,
they chick, you know, stepping out
sleeping with
on
the
them,
American guy.
you know,
Keep it a
especially
band.
with an American guy. So
Facts.
I'm like telling her, like, look, when we first started, I'm like, hey, you got somebody? Let me know right now. We end this right now because I ain't trying to have those type of problems. Um, but yeah, I would say the main thing is to operate on a catch and release system. And like if you feel like the chick is not really feeling you, and this depends on because like right now my phase is I don't have no kids. So my phase is I'm actually looking for a long-term type of situation. I'm looking for someone to potentially marry or bring kids in the world. Some guys, their situation may be where they've already raised kids, they're divorced, so they're in a totally different phase of their life. And so in
That's
that
my
particular
face.
case, and so in that particular phase, you may be
It's
looking for
lit.
something totally different or whatever.
Smash and
Um,
dash.
right. But 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 in my situation, I'm not necessarily looking for that. And so like that I think people got to know what they want, you know what I'm saying, and they got and once they know what they want, I think that they can operate accordingly, so to speak.
For
In
sure.
my situation, I'm looking for a chick that's going to be loyal to a nigga, you know. So so I'm not looking for the smash and grab
Facts, facts.
or
So
smash fast or whatever.
so you yeah, like a joint you can rock with for a hot little minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with that being said, right? Because you got different kind of flows, you got different kind of travelers, you got different flows. So, like for
Hmm.
example, like because me when I came from the States, right? First time when I started to travel, I was like, wow, this is different. Like the joints are, you know what I'm saying? It's a different feel, it's a different look. Like they treat you a little different. So, for example, I'm gonna get you in a second, Blake. Mike D, for example, Mike D, right?
What's
How
up,
did you
Smoke?
feel the treatment just starting international travel, right? Just being like I kind of met Mike D, like we met in DR, you know what I mean, on the first time that he had actually been traveling to that country. So we kind of met through a network of the Goodfellas, Salute to C3 content creators
Salute.
travel network on YouTube. Um we kind of met through the chat. We kind of linked up at the same time in the same place. We kind of hit it up. We homies. We rocking. Um, how was the treatment, Mike D? Like when you got to DR, how was the different feel being like out of the country, interacting with the ladies and all that good stuff? You know what I'm saying?
It
Um, how do you
was
feel about
lovely.
the treatment?
It was lovely. I was in the military years ago, so in the Navy. So I did travel a little bit in the military, but it's a totally different when you're like not under government thumb. So when you like just traveling on your own, it's a totally different feel. You know, it's a lot to take in. You got look for your back and just see all the women and stuff. There's so much going on. It's overwhelming at first,
Copy,
especially after being I was married for like 20 some years and just recently divorced, so I'm
copy.
back in the game. So I just want to go
Congratulations,
have
man.
fun.
Welcome back to the game. The game needs you, man.
Thank you. Shout out to my divorce lawyer. But yo, just right now, I'm just having fun, man, and enjoying it. You know, just loving it. Meet a lot of people. Going to these different countries, man. I feel so much at peace now. So much at peace coming back. I'm relaxed, and I'd be so excited to leave again. So, of course, I've been going to DI since for every month since I've been going since October. I've been going.
Nice,
Shout out
nice.
to DI. Love it, love it. But yeah, man, I enjoy it.
So good, man. It's good to experience the difference. And I recommend for all both single men, even the married couples as well, travel, but especially the single men. The treatment is good, all of that other
Yeah,
kind of good stuff.
she's definitely good.
D Blake, give us some information on the D Blake. First of all, I would like you, D Blake, throw your channel in the chat, at your earliest convenience. But I want to throw D Blake on real quick. D Blake, um, I also met D Blake for the first time in the Dominican Republic. Um, D Blake, talk to us the difference in the interaction with the ladies, the culture shock, values, like you know what I mean? Because I understand that you may not be traveling. Like most men are not traveling for love. Most men just travel to travel. But I won't speak for most men. Some are traveling for love. Like there's this movement, like, hey, everybody travel, find a wife overseas and all that. That may not be the way for everybody. Some people are just coming, separating from a wife. So they're not looking for that. People are just gonna branch out, expand their horizons, see the world. D Blake, talk to us. What type of traveler are you and what do you know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Amari. Give it out right there, Amari, in the chat. Here we go, right here. That's
I
D.
just started traveling last year. You know what I mean? Cartagena was my first trip. I was on that catch and release tip. You know what I mean? And then I went to Sasua. My first time in Sasua was in May. May, right? Yeah. Catch and release. I came back October. You know what I mean? Meeting some of the same girls, meeting new girls, catching and releasing. You know what I mean? But it's been one girl that I have known since the first time, you know what I mean, that I've met every time I came back. Even when I came back December, I came back for the third time in December. So I've been kind of thinking about my life here and the life, you know what I mean, having a Dominican girlfriend per se, you know what I mean? I don't know. It can be fun. I just look at it like it's fun. You know what I mean? Fuck
Fact.
it. I mean, if
No doubt.
I watch TV shows. I watched the 90 Day Fiance. I didn't seen all that shit. You know what I mean?
Fact.
And I didn't hear all the stories about DR, what the, you know what I mean, the bad, the good. I ain't trying to get caught up in nothing like that. I ain't out there looking for no wife. If it
Right.
happens, I ain't going to shy away from it.
That's what's up.
And I
Good
can't meet a
answer.
girl.
He
I can't meet an answer sore though.
he
I
makes a
can't
good
meet it.
point.
Yeah.
Can you hear
Some
me?
place- Yeah, we hear you. Oh, go ahead. Take it, brother. Go for it, man.
No, I was gonna say that he makes a very good point about because that's the mistake that a lot of brothers make is that they're forcing this shit. And
Facts.
this guy
Oh, yeah.
is the guy. What he's saying is he's let it happen. If it happens, it happens, and that's how you have to really be. You can't go down there all thirsty and shit. It just
That's
you
right.
gotta let the shit flow, and if it happens, it happens.
Facts.
You know.
Yeah, so like when I go, I spend 2 days, you know what I mean, with her. Then I go hit the streets a couple days. And then I'll probably come back and spend a day or two with her, you know what I mean? And then just keep it like that. I think it keeps my costs down, you know what I mean?
That's true.
That's one thing I noticed.
Maybe he
The
got
amount of
feet.
money I spend. hmm
That too.
And
That
then I'm not eating out as much. I'm not ripping and running. You know what I mean? And I'm just chilling, enjoying the sights with somebody that I might can't talk to them 100%, but they kind of know me a little bit more than just me grabbing somebody else and taking them with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
true.
I agree on that. That's true.
I definitely hear you on that. I like to say salute to everybody in the chat room real quick. Charlie B outside in the building, Phil in the house.
Charlie
Amari,
B. What up?
Keith, Chicken Burrito, thank you for joining us. I let you
CP.
guys that are tuned in kind of see the flow. This is titled Smoke Love and Passports.
Keeps the streets
Just
jumping
wanna,
out feet.
you know what I'm saying? Salute to Keith definitely, because I would not have definitely been linked up to you, Charlie B outside,
But hold
um,
on.
Mike D, you know what I'm saying, D Blake without Keith. You know what I mean? So salute to his platform.
That's the Godfather. He's the
Yeah, yeah,
Godfather.
yeah. It really wouldn't do any
He's
justice by
elite.
me saying go check out his channel because then they we should ourselves. It is what it is. But I mean, like, so check it out. Like on that note, right? We got different people move for different reasons and do different things. You know, it is what it is. Like I say, in my situation, I wasn't looking to I wasn't looking to be like looking to settle down, be myself as well. I was when you go through relationships and all that good stuff. But I had been traveling, many years. So the next thing that I wanted to touch on, right, and this is kind of what I wanted to ask Keith if he can pull up. If not, it's okay. But the next chapter on this is when you have a relationship in the States, right? And you have already been traveling all your life as a grown ass man, right? You've been traveling. You get into a relationship in the States. When is it time to put down the passport? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh man, like when you start getting serious with your lady, let her know, listen, I'm a career traveler, but if you decide to settle down in a relationship, she should know what you do, right? So, for example, like, all right, look, sweetheart, we travel. I'm a traveler. We met in the States, but I travel as a hobby. Or listen, I take X amount of fella trips. I take a trip with the fellas every year, a quote unquote golfing trip or something like that. Um, and it's cool in the beginning. She's like, all right, that's cool. You know what I mean? But after X amount of years, you know what I mean? She starts to be like, oh man, like, but you also put the work in, right? So I'm not going to speak hypothetical. Let me speak about my own situation right here. Like, so I met my lady traveling. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm a traveler. I'm gonna be a career traveler. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never really gonna put the passport down, right? But then there comes a time after X amount of years in a relationship where it's like, I try to provide good balance. I try to, like we'll go somewhere. I go somewhere with the fellas. We'll go somewhere. You try to provide balance. Everything needs balance. But at some point, it starts to settle in like, you know what, you may be having a little too much fun, player. and, and she wants to put the brakes on your passport, right? What do you do in that situation when you come to that crossroads of like, okay, well, you've been traveling with your buddies for all these many years, and I'd like to come with you forever every time. And it's like, nah, ma. If you're going on a vacation and the fellas are bringing their lady with them, then you got that. Then you have the solo vacation, like me and you'll go somewhere, ma. And then you got the fellas vacation. But when she tries to infringe in on your fellas' time and vacation, right, that becomes a problem. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, for example, chicken burrito. In this instance, no, no, no. Um, so in this instance, it's like, okay, well, hmm. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been facing retirement for a minute. I've been facing retirement, man. I've been retired. I came back, like the game needed me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what do I do at this stage of the game, man? I mean, I'm 50 years old, for like sake. Like, what do I do, fellas? Talk to me on the panel. What do I do with this? Do I kind of, do I say, what, man? Do I say number we don't negotiate with terrorists? Do I say, okay, we'll work on this? Do we say, 2023, I'll do a farewell tour? How do I approach this situation, guys? And this is for entertainment
I,
purposes only, because I already know what I'm doing. But go ahead, fellas, go
I
for it.
think I think you gotta continue. You gotta continue traveling.
For sure.
Like that's yeah. You can't stop. Like that's the thing with I think that's what possibly hurts a lot of relationships is that once we get tied down with our girl or whatever, um, we we change what we've been doing in the past, and I think
Yeah,
that kind of hurts us.
Yeah.
And then I
that's a man.
think with so you just got to keep traveling, and if she got a problem with it, she just gonna have to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Um, so, but
Yeah.
and I will add that that's one of the big differences with dealing with um, a chick from Latin America versus a chick from the U.S. Like my girl almost it's almost like she like I don't have to be doing anything. It's almost like she wants me to kind of like have fun or step out. It's a weird deal, but it seems like chicks in Latin America, they just have an understanding that their dude may step out from time to time. It's kind of like on some Tony Soprano type shit.
Well, look at it
As
like
long
this.
as yeah,
It,
go
put
ahead.
it like this. When you're in a position, but because there's differences, there's levels to this issue. Real quick, right? So
Hmm.
when you're a provider, say for example, you're providing for the household. Okay, as the provider of the household in certain cultures, you're entitled. That may be a reward. As in, well, you're doing a good job. You're taking care. You're keeping food on the table. You're doing what you need to do, and you're pretty much in a higher percentile of the male species that you have the ability to provide for the whole family, right? So, as a spoil of your ability to provide for the family, you may get leniency to explore certain options on a discrete level, shall I say, keeping it politically correct. Does
I
that
think I think that may be part of it, but it's just like I'm telling you, like the shit blows my mind sometimes.
Mhm.
So because 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 it's like for instance, like I remember when I first started dating my girlfriend, because I'm not a good liar. You know what I'm saying? So I was going back to Panama for a couple of weeks, and so she asked me, she's like, well, when you go back to Panama, you gonna be dealing with them chicas, you know. And so like I didn't even respond to her. I kind of like chuckled a bit, and her response was, you're bad, but it was like on a teasing type of you're bad, and then it was like
Exactly.
like a laughing type situation. So it was just like, and then one time when I came back from Panama one
Was this
time.
was this was this in room when we were out there by any chance? Because I think
I
you told me about
mean,
this. I remember that one particular
well, no, this was
time I
this
met
was
you.
before. Like this was kind of
Okay.
like before, but like when I went
Right.
back, like the first day that I got back from Colombia, I think that may have been dealing with somebody the night before or whatever. And so when I went there, I wasn't like jumping up and down on my girl like as soon as I saw her. And so she was like, you was dealing with some chicas over there in Panama, huh? you know. And so her next statement was, "Look, just be careful. Don't be bringing no shit to me." You know. And so it was just kind of like just an understanding. It was,
That's
and
what's up.
it's weird because the shit has the opposite effect. And I think these
Yeah.
motherfuckers may know this shit,
They know.
where because she's basically giving you a saying, just be careful.
Don't stink up the
You
joint,
you you're not gonna do this shit. You may you're when you leave, you may not do shit.
which is cool though.
Because you're like, man, I got a good bitch. You know,
You can gauge it different ways. It's just like do what you do,
it's
but be
weird.
responsible. Be responsible about how you move. Is the story. Like
Right?
you know what I'm saying. Don't do too much. Don't be too crazy. Like don't jump
Exactly.
off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? Like you definitely don't want to wild out. You know what I mean? So that's like a maybe it's an unwritten rule, but it's a kind of written rule. It's just like don't do too much, man. Don't do too much.
Right.
So this opinion disclaimer. This is a warning opinion. disclaimer that we're gonna throw up on the joint. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
I
this is
think we
strictly
done lost some
opinion.
people, Tim.
This is
I think we done
opinion
lost some
radio.
people.
Well, Mike, I know Mike is on the joint. Damn, he just was on and he think we try to get Deep Lake back on. But yeah. That's kind of how it. Yeah, man. That's kind of how the game is. So it's like when it comes to the like for example, let me add you back on here, Big Mike.
My
Like,
bad. Yeah.
all good. Nah. We it's an open panel. We just freestyling over here. We just chilling.
Yeah. It was a signal. He's asking.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah,
the
so
love and
so that
passport,
that
man. Go ahead, oh.
and so like the other day, because I got a boy that spends a lot of time in Brazil, and so I basically was just like kind of testing out to see what my girl would say about go. I'm thinking about taking a trip to to Brazil with my guys. And this is just, this is kind of on some futuristic, I'm thinking future.
Facts.
And so she's like, and so I'm like, what do you think about that? And so her response was like, I notice you need time with the guys. Like you need your free time. And so
That's right.
that was her response.
That's a
And
good
so
woman right there.
right. And so like when you look at that shit, when you're hearing, and this is what kind of messes up like our mentality where we're from in the States, growing up in the States, when you hear some shit like this, it kind of blows you away
Yeah.
because you're definitely not expecting that same reaction from a chick that you're dealing with in the States.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
it messes you up.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It throws you off a little bit. But
Yeah,
remember,
mine probably like, nah, I ain't going. He like, nah, I ain't going.
Huh?
You
Because you're
change your
looking at
mind
it
real
like you might be
fast,
looking
like,
at it like it's a setup.
yeah. So you tell me up? Nah, I ain't
Backpack Val in the
going.
house, man. Salute the Backpack Val.
Man,
Yo, yo,
Backpack
yo, yo, yo,
Val,
yo, yo.
salute,
on
salute.
brother. Salute
What's
to this
going on, my
dude.
good brothers?
Chilling. Backpack Val. This is my
What's
man
going on,
above
man?
you on the screen. Omar. Oh, my man Omar lives in Medellin, actually. Backpack Val. Backpack Val. Medellin is one of Backpack Val's favorite places. I'm gonna have to link you two guys together behind the scenes because Backpack visits
Hmm?
Medellin quite frequently.
Okay.
You
Yes,
know what
sir.
I'm saying? So y'all are both good fellas. So I definitely could link up two good people. Backpack Val, we're talking love and passports, football remix,
Oh,
dating.
Yo,
You may
smoke.
have missed some of the backdrop. Talk to me, Mike D. Go ahead.
Yo, I got trauma coming in, man. I gotta go. I had your brothers
oh,
love.
hell, damn. Take care, Mike D. No balls love.
Mike D, thanks for joining us. I'm gonna let me see Mike D's link. Please follow Mike D. That's Mike D underscore doing it 2 on Instagram. Check him out, follow his story. He's an essential worker, a good fella. Definitely take care of folks in the ER. Salute to the essential workers and people that keep our keep the system going. You know what I mean? A good travel brother, a good fellow. Salute to Mike D. Had to put that out there. Backpack Val, what's good?
Absolutely. Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just preparing to go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? About 30 minutes, hour or so, and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. Get that
How
work
about
in.
you? Like, what's good with the topic discussion today? My
Okay,
good
so the
fella.
topic discussion. The topic is as you see in the thumbnail, it's gonna say smoke, love and
Love
passport,
and
opposed to
passport.
Thor, love and thunder. Right. So
It's a funny ass cover.
me
I'm
is
just now peeping the
being
crying Jordan memes.
me is being the
But
smoke on the love and passport, right? We keep it real G out here,
that's
man.
funny.
Keep the thumbnails, man. Smoke don't play with the thumbnails. So me, right, representing the Lord of Smoke, love and passport, right? I've been in the passport, been in the travel game 25 years. I'm an OG at this, right? I found love overseas with my Afro Colombiana throughout my travels, right? So we travel together. We do all of that good stuff, right? But I still travel with the fellas independently, as we all know. You know what I mean? Me and Backpack Val, we've traveled, we've met outside,
Absolutely.
we've been in Cartagena, turned up for the carnival and all that. You know what I'm saying? Please like, share, subscribe, Backpack
Mm-hmm.
Val on YouTube. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
thank you.
But now at the same time, right? She wants me to slow my travel game down a little bit. Like I'm doing too much in the game.
Oh
Like, you know
man,
what I
not
mean?
for real.
And I've been semi-retired. You know what it is, Val?
But
Because
that's what you're saying, yeah. But that's what you told me.
I've been retired so long, but then I keep coming back out of retirement. Like I'm like Mike. You know, this right here is like Tom Brady and Giselle. It's like Bobby, like gonna put that joint down or what? And I'm like, oh man, every time I try to stop the game, keep calling me back because I was retired from the game before I ran into the Goodfellas, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and
Mhm.
we go back 10 years. We were neighbors. You know, we were neighbors when we lived in Panama City before he moved to Colombia. We were neighbors living in Panama. All of that. We got history. You know what I'm saying? He's been in my family's residence and all of that other good stuff. We've broken bread. We like family. But she wants to slow me down a little bit, man. And I don't know how
That's
to
crazy.
take it.
Because
Like,
like
am I
I
gonna?
remember you telling me in Cartagena, like you was
Yeah,
on your last leg, so like you was already slowing down. You know what I'm saying? So like, how
I
do you
was
slow down
on.
even more?
I was on my last leg already, man. I can't front. I gotta keep it. You know what I mean?
Think
Hello.
Yeah,
backpack
yeah. I
dropped
think you
out.
back. I think you back in the
Okay.
game. You back in the
Oh,
game.
that
Yeah,
was me.
yeah,
My
yeah.
fault. My fault. Okay.
Facts.
What was you saying? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
missed the last part.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was telling you, I'm on my last leg, bro. Like this may be it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I remember you telling me that, but I'm like, yo, wait. And she's telling you you're still like, not. That's not telling you you're wild. And she just says like slow down. But like, if you really thought you were slowing down, like, how much more do you have to slow down?
Like how
You
slow
know what
will
I
you
mean?
go before you at it still, right? Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
it's yeah, the passport keeps calling. The game is gangster, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. And I had some plans for 2023 with the Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying? So,
But what's yeah?
you
But
know,
you see, like, but with that it sounds like an ultimatum. You feel me? Like a kind one. Like
it's not really.
I don't
Wait a
You know
know.
minute.
what? It works both ways. It
Smoke,
works both ways.
smoke is your smoke. You're serious about your wife is is
Y-
is
Yeah, she really want to
asking
derail
is
my train right now. Yeah, wifey want to derail the train. You know
oh
what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay.
Right, wifey want to derail the
Ah,
train, and it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
wow.
and I can actually say, like, I was actually good, man, and I can't front, man. I was actually good, and I was like, you know what I mean. I'm just gonna lay low. You know what I mean. I'm good, but you know what I
Right,
mean. And but I'm still a fan of the game though, so I still look around, and that's when
right.
you know what I'm saying. Like I'm like, damn, man,
Yeah, I mean,
like
I've slowed down. I've
you know,
slowed down significantly. I'm not out there, like we were in the past. But you know, I still do my thing every now and then, but it's not on some, like the how do you say it? The
hangover.
what's the
Or
guys that
Project
was in
X.
Vegas, the movie in
Hangover,
Vegas,
Yeah.
hangover,
Yeah.
yeah, hangover.
Hangover.
Yeah, you're not on the
Hangover.
hangover no
It
more.
ain't no
We've been there.
it ain't
We've
no
been
it
there.
ain't no weekend warrior type shit no more. So,
We definitely did that. We definitely burnt that down for real.
so yeah, so I'm more or less like a cause cause I don't figured out that I can't drink like I used to, cause my recovery time is fucking two, three
You and I
days
both.
now.
You and I both.
so,
Like
so I don't pretty much
I was
so
throwing up
so
off
I'm
beer.
pretty much on beers now. That's it.
Oh man.
I threw up off that. My first night in Cartagena. Well, my second day in Cartagena. Whew. Just beer. Yeah. And the night before, that was
Yeah,
gone. So there goes my tolerance too.
And then
yeah.
4 days later, I had him twisted off of them Cuba Libres back to the like
Cuban
every time
Libras,
he tried
yeah.
to game, I brought him back in the joint. Yeah. A couple of
Yeah,
Cuba
like, I
Libres.
don't know how you kept popping up with those in your hand. Like, I'm like, no. Like Cuban Libre? I'm like, oh, hell. All right.
That was my first town. That was my first night in the club, so I had to bring it up to a little, just to a little standard. You know what I'm saying? First day in town, I got to open up a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to let them know what it worked with. So, yeah,
Bad. And you still had
that's the
Shorty on her body, like, yo, why ain't y'all fucking no bitches? Y'all whack. I'm like, yo, ma, chill. Like, we just got here. Like, can we relax?
I'm like this whole
Wait,
falling
wait,
from the
wait, wait,
sky,
wait.
man.
Oh, these were the chicks at Cartagena.
Yeah,
No,
whole
it
fresh.
was an American chick. No, it was an
Right,
American chick that went up
Oh,
to us and told us that. Yeah, at
right,
first.
man.
I was like, so that took me by
oh.
surprise. I'm like, oh, shoot. Like,
It's no
I wasn't
pressure.
expecting to hear those. Mhm.
She wanted
And
a
it's
piece of the
and it's and
action.
it's
To be
weird. It
honest,
is and it's weird that it almost seems like brothers are being followed right now. We being stalked
it
from
was kind of
It almost
crazy.
does.
Our American counterparts. You know, it's a
It was
weird phenomenon going on.
But it almost felt like she was trying to, like, she was like on our side, like wanting like us to do what was best in our interest in a sense. But it was like
Hmm.
she was like mad abrasive about it. You know what I'm saying? And, like that's what
Right,
we came here to like do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, shit,
exactly.
man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we came to see what was good with the place. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
it's all
Facts.
good.
And
But to
after
answer,
and
like,
after a while,
This is a
and after a
video shoot.
while,
This is a movie
it just
shoot.
gets after a while, it's like nothing to you. You know, it's almost
after,
like, and I'm sure Smoke
you said after a while,
can. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to you. It's
after
almost
30
like
minutes.
you develop you
He
develop the
desensitized.
mentality
He
of the folks
desensitized to it.
that are actually living here. Like you develop that, like for instance, like Brazilians who see Brazilian women every day, it ain't shit to them. Colombians who see Colombian women every day, it ain't shit to them.
I mean,
So
shit.
it's like after a while, you just like whatever. So
Well,
It's
let me attest
highly
to Colombia. The
desensitized.
reason why they ain't ish to them is because they got like all of them that they wanted to get pregnant. That's why. And like they're so ahead of the game, bro. Like I'm telling you, like they're not leaving nothing for nobody. It's crazy. I'm like, all right, like
Yo,
wow,
oh man, that's crazy. That's
yo,
super
it really
crazy.
be like that. Like all the girls that you probably would have, like, oh man, she got a kid or two already. Like, okay, all right,
Yeah,
right.
that
next.
is crazy. But that's the
But it's
game, though,
funny
man.
that you mentioned Love and Passport, and like my story is kind of like, yo, damn, because I was kind of thinking about that like what 2 or 3 days ago. It's like, bro, with what I'm doing right now, right, with the traveling, all that stuff, like, can I really have a genuine relationship right now? And honestly, God, it's like, no. And if I keep at it with, you know what I'm saying, my pace on YouTube, it's just going to get a little bit more difficult for, like, you know what I'm saying, the reality of my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like all right, like some of my videos, they're going to see me doing activities with women and all this other stuff. And let's just say if my girl was to see it, she won't be happy. She won't be happy. She'll probably think that that's what I'm going to do when I go on vacation on my next time around. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot, it's Keith. Let me get out. Um,
Oh
uh,
shit.
Now keep
what was
going,
you
Blake.
talking about?
Keep going.
In the streets with Keith in the building, man. Thank you, Keith.
So
I
what's
was
the
waiting for you to
kiss?
pull up to bring this to the next level,
Nah, he messed
man. I
me
wasn't
up.
trying to put
Shoot.
pressure on you, man. I wasn't trying to press you, bro. I just wanted you to come on the
That's
channel
all
one
good.
time.
Hey,
Oh no,
if it happens, it happens. Backpack Val. You know,
No, yeah. At this
I
point,
think you're playing. I think you're playing it the way that it should be played. You know, I think
that's what
your
I'm thinking.
mentality is basically if it happens, it happens. You know,
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. Yeah, at this point, because I'm
right?
still looking at it like, you know, I got some years to play around with, but I can't lie to you, like, where like there aren't some times where I think about, you know, starting a family and whatnot, like considering my whole surroundings. All my friends damn near got kids and what have you not. So like there is a, you know what I'm saying, like a void missing in a sense at times. But like looking at what's best for me, I think it's just the life that I'm currently living right now. You know?
In today's
Right.
society, that's
And
a
I
good.
mentioned that
You
with
wasn't
Smoke
at a good
earlier.
age.
It's like a
You're still
phase.
young, Val.
Hmm.
Go ahead, oh.
No, I was gonna say that, we mentioned that earlier. It's like that's the phase that he's in. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
brothers are in different phases, and Backpack Val is in a different phase. So
Yeah. It's like I can't even date a girl here. And it's not because of like, oh, the whole, like the whole gender war that's going on here. Nah. It's just
No.
because like if I date, it could lead to something else that I may not be able to control. You know what I'm saying? And that could like ruin my trajectory and like, you know what I'm saying, traveling in the future.
you mean
And I don't even want to play
you
with
mean
that.
dating in the U.S.? You're dating the
Yeah.
U.S. trying to
Yeah.
As
okay.
Like
in
I even
traveling,
had to
Well,
put
yeah,
that on the
that's
pause. Yeah.
well, yeah, that's
yeah,
totally
traveling
that's
and having
different.
a relationship in the U.S. is kind of the love and port thing.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to put myself in that situation because it's not going to work out. It is not. It will not. Like, not right now. Like maybe
It,
when, you know what I'm saying? Like
it'll work
I
if
got
you
the
want it to
traveling, right?
work.
Now,
Who's that
backpack.
talking to? Keys?
Let Keith pull
Yeah.
up now because Keith kind of is a featured guest as well as everyone else. Obviously, everybody's time and effort is valued the same. Keith in the streets. Talk to me, Keith.
Hey,
Yo,
fuck
I
that
was
nigga. He ain't got nothing to say. No, I'm playing.
yo, I was
We
just
I'm
got
playing
saying
with
this
that
you.
conversation up in
it'll
the house.
work if you want it to work, man.
And
Like
why do
I
you
that,
don't
feel
want it
that
to
way,
work.
Keith?
I'm
dudes
not going to
gotta
lie
stop
to you.
ducking. Dudes gotta stop ducking the at home relationships, man. I'm telling
Let's
you
talk
right
about
now.
it, Keith. Go
Dudes
ahead.
gotta stop ducking that smoke, man, because
I'm
that's the
ducking it.
only real smoke out there.
Okay. Well, why do you feel that way, Keith? Why do you feel that way? And I'm gonna
Because
get
I
on
be
my big
seeing
super
these,
interview shit
I
right
be
now.
seeing what's
Hmm.
going on behind the scenes with the expats and the girls that they supposed to be the women of their dreams. These dudes be depressed on the low, and their chicks be some hoes. So it's like, yo, back
Oh,
to the
take
Let's
state,
it.
talk
Shit.
about it.
Oh, man. I love it. Let's go.
yo. So the reality is,
Go for it.
get you like I haven't seen many relationships be successful outside of the states, and that's just what's real. So dudes can't be stop saving up your load of love for going out of the country when you can do something right here. I'm just being honest.
And we respect your honesty.
I mean, I don't know. I guess mine is like, I'm still fairly a new traveler in a sense. So it's still like,
Yes.
it's still new to me. I don't know. It's just like, like I don't want nothing to mess this up for, you know what I'm saying, like my travel, like nothing, nothing. It has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, me hating America. No, I don't. I don't hate them. I don't. That's not my reality. But I love traveling too much to let that go right now.
So
As
so
in-
my
And I hear what you're saying.
my
Oh, what you
question
saying?
to
Yeah.
most travelers is this, and I asked them the same thing. How many days do you travel? And then most people tell me
When I travel,
per
Huh?
year, per year, per
per
year.
year, most people say between 5 and 30 days a year. So I respond to that. So the other 335 days, you got your meat in your hand the other days. And that's it.
It's not
Like-
about your meat.
To me, that does not seem like a worthy trade-off. I have no idea how that sounds like a worthy trade-off. To me, that don't make no sense. I gotta sit home. I gotta go out and grind every single day, and then when I come
for 5 days out of the year.
for 300 plus days a year, I got my meat in my hand, watching Golden Girls eating ramen noodles. And nah, you cannot travel your way into
Golden
happiness.
Girls was fire. Chill
Man,
out.
you can't
So
travel
let
your
me-
way into happiness, man. I keep saying
Yo,
that.
And let me
Shout out
ask
to Betty
you,
White.
let me ask you, yeah, R.I.P. Betty White. Let me ask you a question now,
Right.
Keith. Now, when you give your breakdown of the scenario, I perfectly understand where you're coming from, right? But
Me
now
too.
remember, you have now, and this is coming from a gentleman. Now remember, we have different ranges, right? So you have a lot of different ranges of travelers. So if you're a young guy that has never been married, right?
Okay.
That makes perfect sense what you're saying. But for a guy that's been married already, say he's 40 and divorced, and he's been married since 20, so he never got a chance to do the Freaknik and all of the good stuff that the good fellas had a chance to enjoy. There's still a segment of travelers that are grown ass men that are taking their first trip at 45 years old. Like say Mike D, for example. He, I'm not putting his business out there. He was on the panel earlier. He's divorced. He's been married for the majority of his adult life. So he's a grown man at the age of 40 as a Gen Xer. He's finally getting his chance to travel. So you got different levels. So for the younger fellas that are just starting to travel, it's like, okay, it's a trade-off to have like a relationship. It may be a little more, but then you have some men that are tired of the relationship. They had that shit for 20 years. And they like, whew, so it works both ways. You know
I
what
mean,
I mean?
It's still circumstantial. It's circumstantial, but I think what Keith was more so like aiming at is the dudes who are trying to like tell people to like, yo, forget dating in states. Dating overseas is way better, and here's why. All this other stuff. Am I lying or like?
No. I mean, that's mainly the audience that I go after the most because I feel like they're not telling the entire truth most of the time of what you have to accept. I had a conversation in Cartagena, very cool gentleman, and he was talking about how he's done with it and how men like if I was thinking about all the things I wouldn't want my girl to do, it would probably be sell bots for $40 to $60. That would probably be at the top of my list of what I didn't want my girl to do.
Facts.
And a lot of dudes I find are being these overseas relationships, having to accept that portion.
What?
My girl is going to be wilding while I'm gone. And to me, that's just not an acceptance.
What?
Well, that's not a
Are you
relationship.
serious?
But then,
Yeah,
but listen,
that's
look,
that, and
you gotta
That's what
realize.
I'm saying.
You're right,
that
Keith,
that's
but it's not a relationship that they're involved in. I'm
Taking
sorry.
the GFE too far.
That's taking
right
the GFE, and
because
I'm gonna
the
let you
key,
get it. Go ahead,
oh,
Keith, and then you take it, Omar. Go ahead, Keith.
okay.
No. I want to hear what the we just kicking it. I want to hear what the retort to
All
that
right,
is.
go ahead, Omar. Go ahead, and I'll take it real quick. Go ahead.
No, so I think that that you make good points as far as like because basically what you're talking about is the weekend warrior type dude. So
Okay.
those type of dudes having coming and spending basically
Look
a
at the
month
theme.
in total in the country trying to have a relationship, that's just not gonna necessarily work. And so like if you are looking to, because I believe that brothers should exercise their options, especially overseas. But you have to be on the ground in the country. So, however you're gonna do that, because like you at this point in time, and like with people working remotely, like you can, I guess, lifestyle design to where you can actually live overseas full time or a majority of the year and be able to figure out something like that. So but I do agree with your point on dudes that are trying to maintain a relationship with somebody and they only see them 5 days out of the year.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's not smart. So,
you know what's
Because
funny?
like
You know how many dudes contact me and say some girl saw herself on one of your videos, right? And I always say to them, how did she contact you? And he be like, and he always say the same thing. Oh man, we be kicking it, blah blah blah. Like I don't understand why dudes.
he's showing her YouTube. And he's showing her the YouTube and shit. Like what? I don't get it.
Probably, or I don't understand why dudes can't zip their pants up and go home like reasonable human beings and have a continuous flowing relationship. Yeah, go home. Dudes feel like, because I've seen behind the scenes where dudes are supporting chicks $500, $1,000 a month. They are lying about it, but I can tell you, I was with shout out to TMI. We was sitting in front of the Western Union joint, and the
Crazy.
chicks was flowing in there.
In and out
Mm,
all day.
Right there
mm.
by Wings and Waffles in Sosua. It's a Western Union joint right there, and I got a little video. I'm adding to my next video of
Yes.
chicks going in and out of that thing with the biggest smiles on their face. So
How was Wings and Waffles, by the way? My fault. Just a quick question.
Excellent.
Good wings?
I heard.
amazing. You said what?
How
say,
was
Smoke?
the waffles, Keith?
I thought all the portions of it was good. Now I have heard mixed reviews because I started not to go because a bunch of dudes was like, I mean, it was all right. But then I asked them what they got, and they was like, "Oh, I got the steak and cheese, and I got the salmon, and I got the crab cake, and I got
At a wing and waffle spot?
Exactly.
exactly."
Come on, B. Like,
If you get the wings and waffles, I
get
believe
some-
that it rivals pretty close to any spot.
There you go. Makes perfect sense to me. It's called Wings and Waffles. Try the wings and waffles, not the steak and eggs.
I mean, I'm sure we all been there before. We took a little chicken.
my fault. I derailed off your main point.
Huh?
No, we was joking about the audience, not
My
you,
fault. I
Val.
derailed you from the main point.
Yeah, we was
Oh.
talking about other people. Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah. I'm sure we all took a chick to a restaurant or something. And she done asked us, "What else do you like?" And it's like, "Nah, that's what I get." But nah. So that's what I like. I think definitely you would have to live there. But I honestly don't even know many success stories that I can pull from dudes that live there for a time. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know enough people. Maybe that's what it is. But everybody given enough time, like you hear the worst stories. So, and I mean, you hear bad stories at home too. I'll give you that, but I just don't.
Yeah.
So let me I'll say what some of the mistakes or some of the stuff that's going on in the with guys that are living in the country. So we talked about this earlier. They're not operating on the catch and release system, which means that, like, everybody knows when a chick ain't really feeling them. They're just fighting it and trying to make a circle fit into a square. So that's number one. Number two is I see a lot of brothers who are in their fucking 60s trying to date an 18-year-old.
Oh, man.
That's
Yo, bro. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you like this chick,
Bad.
like this chick is still that's just not a good match.
Doesn't work.
And like, I Smoke, I hope you don't get mad at me.
I don't give
But
a shit.
Smoke knows that I had a crush on his mother-in-law. Okay, how old is your mother-in-law? Smoke.
Wait a
She
second.
bad though. She
Huh?
bad.
No, how old is your mother-in-law?
Let's back that up a little bit. Let's not just leave
Bro,
that.
this is lit. What's going on?
Hold on. So the point that I'm trying to make
my
is,
wifey mom's is bad also.
yes,
And
she is
my man
bad.
was like, yo, I'm feeling her. And I'm like, nigga, relax.
Look, man,
How old is
let me
she?
tell you something. But how old is she?
She's
How old is she,
60.
Smoke?
She's 60, but she could pass for 45, to be honest.
Yo,
Exactly.
she smells like
So-
white diamonds and CVS perfume. No way.
So
Yo,
Keith,
all right.
Keith,
I'll show you
so
pictures
Keith,
of her.
my
I'll show you
point-
pictures
my
behind the
point-
scenes,
my
Keith.
point is,
Mhm.
my point is, Keith, is that if you 60
bad.
years old, there are some bad 45-year-olds that's empty nesters that probably may be more of a match. But
Right.
these guys come down here and they're trying to deal with 18 and 21-year-olds. That
Word.
shit not gonna work.
Nope. If you 60, get something that's like 40. That's because you can get some nice. I mean, she's her mom's is actually from Cali, Colombia, and for age. If I was 60
She's
and I
bad.
saw her, I would think she was 40. I would really be like, this is a catch. No cap. I'm gonna be honest. Her mom's is bad, but that's another story.
And I'm catching it.
They going for young, but they going for young. The whole thing is the 60-year-old man that's the expat can't be out there. Let me pull Swells in. The
You
60-year-old
gotta keep it age appropriate.
can't really be like aim realistically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
She may be older,
realistically,
but if
yeah.
she's still in good, like a lot of the Colombian women keep themselves in shape. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man.
If
Joe.
you know,
And
you
the
know, start
third
back
and then the
when
third
people,
and then
not
the
for
third thing
not like
is learn the
that's
language.
crazy.
That's the other thing is learn the language. So like
But
learn the language and you'll be good, in
hold
my
on, man.
opinion.
Hold on, man. None of y'all got to work today. Am I the only one at work?
No,
Salute
I'm
to
off.
Yo,
you,
yeah.
Swell.
Yo, thanks for
You don't
stopping
need to work.
by.
You don't need to work.
Well,
I mean, in Medellin, he ain't even working, and you working today. Swell. That's a bad look,
I'm off
man.
today.
I want to say
Thanks for
salute
coming.
to the panel and salute to the chat.
Salute to the
Uh,
panel myself.
I'm so jealous right now that I'm at work and y'all just macking on YouTube.
Get
This
money.
is breaking my heart. And Keith is weird looking.
Y'all jokers is something else, man. This is a trip. Smoke, what's good?
What up, y'all? What's good?
Oh man.
Well,
What y'all
you
talking
still
about, man? Let me throw my 2 cents in before I go back in after break.
All right.
What y'all
This
talking about?
right here. Look at the thumbnail.
Bet.
Smoke,
Shit always make
love,
me laugh.
and passport, opposed to Thor, Love, and Thunder. We're talking about having a relationship and having a passport, still traveling, how your lady feels about it, and all that kind of stuff. Do your thing,
All
12.
right, look, bet.
Floor is yours.
So look, I got like 3 to 5 Johns. I ain't gonna put a specific number on it,
Yo,
but
oh my god.
I definitely got 2 main ones, bro. And
Mhm.
they be straight driving me to the airport, you heard? Because I ain't trying to pay for the parking. I'm trying to keep it nice and budgeted.
Yeah, if it's
So
JFK, forget about it. No.
they drive me to the airport. Sometimes I take them with me to these places that we love to go, and they understand my life. I've been rocking with them for a long time. You know what I mean? So they already know if I want to do something new, I'm gonna do it anyway. So they got to accept it, or they can spin off. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it, and it's all good.
Wow. Word.
Yeah,
Word.
I know. Son, I ain't gonna hold you, son. Backpack tell me this all the time. Like, yo, Swells, either you lying or you just different.
What is it? So you just different?
I'm just
I don't
different,
think
bro.
you a
Like,
cap. I don't think you a
yeah,
cap.
yeah,
I believe he's different.
nah. I'm just different. Like, look, mommy, and it'd be weird too, cause sometimes I would tell them I'm going, right? So it'd be like a Wednesday, and I know my flight is Thursday, and I just wake them up at like 1 a.m. Like, yo, take them to the airport, and they do it. They got to do it.
Oh man, that's love right there.
Now,
That's
two of my new chicks, they don't like my traveling too much. They
Now,
discovered
there
my
we go.
YouTube.
They
They
found your
discovered my
YouTube. Oh
YouTube.
man.
They subscribe to Keith. So when I be on there talking greasy with wifey in the background, they be texting me like, "Oh, you were wifey, huh?" Blah blah. I'm like, "Oh,
Give me
oh man,"
the YouTube. Let him go.
because we always on the phone, nigga. Like, nigga. So I like Smoke and Sins and Backpacks lives, because then I can talk real greasy. On
Yeah,
Keith's
you always
live,
say,
I gotta
"Fuck
behave.
him."
I gotta behave a little bit, man.
But you
You
already
get
need the
comfortable.
head.
We do
I'm
less
just
than
saying.
100 views at a
Wait,
clip, so you can talk real greasy over here. We're non-monetized as well. Shouting out.
Yeah, man. It's ugly though, but yeah, that's how it go, man. It works. It works because you only get one life, and that's how I carry my life, and that's how I let people carry their life. Like, I'm not that guy trying to do the most. Like, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. Live your life. It's fine. We only get one from my understanding. So if I feel that way, you can't impress upon me that I can't do anything. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
it's a fact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like one of my boys always says is do you.
Yeah, fact though.
Do art thou wilt.
Now, if you Keith, then Keith's gonna hide his entire travel life from his significant other.
You keeping everything.
Oh man, Keith ain't gonna tell her nothing, and when she find out, I might extort this nigga. I might send a letter to somebody.
Look.
It's gonna have one word on it. Keys. YouTube. That's all it's gonna say. Oh man. Oh man.
And I wanted Keys to be on this panel real quick. I wanted Keys to be on this panel because just for what we're talking about, right? So, like, I was telling him that wifey got the pressure on me. I'm having too much fun. I was supposed to be retired, you know. This is my second retirement already, and rocking with the good fellas got me back out the retirement again, and the pressure is on right now. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have the relationship, and like Swells alluded to, he just got that good look. The heat is on me, Keith.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? The heat is on me because I'm an OG. I've been doing this for like so many years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at some point you just gotta hang it up. So the heat is on. 2023 is definitely my last hurrah.
Oh
Damn,
man.
And that's why
bro.
I wanted to break this news.
I'm just getting started.
That's why I needed. I don't know why Sin City's not here because I wanted him to be there also because I wanted my fellas to be here. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted my fellas to be here. That I've actually. Yeah, I may be hanging it up, but I'm gonna be still traveling with her. I'm gonna teach her how to use the cameras, and I'm actually gonna become a content creator and edit videos and stuff. And I'm gonna do it from a different lane right now. But I can't just be a guy / tour guide / fun guy. I'm gonna have to switch my lane up a little bit, man.
So man.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing Punta Cana videos, huh?
It's a sad day, man. Yeah.
It's it's real sad. How you say sad in Spanish? Muy triste.
Triste.
Muy triste. Hoy es el día de triste. Sí, muy triste.
Qué triste.
Let me jump in on this real quick. The topic was traveling overseas or just traveling, period, if you don't mind me asking.
All right, good fellas. I'm spinning. Yo, if y'all still live on my lunch, I'm popping back out. You heard?
All right,
we're gonna run.
Yo, Keith, don't call me for 4 days. You heard? Backpack. When you see Keith, punch him in the face.
Oh shit!
For no reason. All right, good fellas.
All right,
peace.
Yo, one Swells, V Swells the Traveler. We have Bandana Travels in the building.
Yo,
salute Bandana Travels. What's
Bandana.
good, my brother?
Bandana Travels, salute.
Yo.
What's going on?
Yo, I had to call in, dog. You wildin', man. What you mean? What you mean, Ray? Hang it up. You ain't going. You ain't. No, man. I had to call in on that one, dog. I ain't gonna let you do that. It ain't no retiring. No, you retire when you die.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Keep going. Retire when you die, dog.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
Man. This is my dude, Bandana. Man. And this is you know what
Keys, what up?
Hey yo, what up? What up?
Keep dropping off. I keep pulling you back up. Go ahead.
I'm gonna back up Smoke a little bit on this because
that's my
guy, and I can't let him take the fall. It's probably coming to a close for me after 2023 also.
Wow. Nah, dog.
What's going on here?
The first vacation vlog is gonna be
come back.
February. Puerto Rico is already booked. I'm not looking forward to switching the flow, but the first vacation vlog is coming.
Man,
Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Bro, I don't even know you.
Yo, this is crazy. We'll talk behind this. So I'm gonna be in PR too. Around that.
Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm going to PR. I'm going to drop my girl off at the airport, act like I'm going to bed, and go right back to the airport so I can link up.
Chill. Don't spill the sauce.
Yo, all right, there we go. That's the case right now. All right, cool. Oh.
I'm gonna be in Puerto Rico too, Keith. We may be in this. Yo, yeah. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Hey, Burrito said I'm lying. I wish I was lying. And the people who know me behind the scenes, they'll tell you this is facts.
He's not lying, guys.
That's why. Listen. This is no. That's why I was like, Keith's got to be up here. That's why I was like, I gotta. I don't never really ask niggas to come on the joint because I know this is a different kind of flow over here. But I was like, Yeah.
Yeah,
Fact.
it's coming to a wrap. I can't escape it. I've been trying to postpone it for a long time to the tune of
So you see, you can't be mad at me, kids, if I still want to like not even engage in a relationship just so I could enjoy it more and not have that ultimatum just yet, bro. Like,
We not
like I
mad.
don't want to
Extend your
have that
run,
yet.
man.
You feel me?
Extend your
Like, Peace
run,
is
bro.
mad at me. He's mad at me.
no. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, I just want people to really like you could like I do believe, and my saying is always you can't travel your way into happiness. You like either go and find happiness where you want to be, or you gotta find some semblance of happiness. Because like I said, the value proposition from only being able to do something 20, 30, days a year is just not there. So I get it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So
Right.
here was the birthday text. Good morning, my love. I think this is our 15th birthday together. Either way, a long ass time. Each year gets better, and I've enjoyed watching you grow into an awesome man. I'm sorry I can't spend the day with you. Hope everything's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't get us crying over here, goddamn it. When people start saying yeah, that means yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah,
so
like I
Smoke,
felt that.
Go ahead, though.
Smoke, have you entertained the idea of splitting time in a certain place? Because I know
You know what?
you're in
To be honest, man, like eventually,
like
like I'm
splitting
not
time
saying when I
with
say
her as well.
because remember,
Y'all
we still
couple
got
niggas, man.
family over there. We got family still in Colombia and in Panama. So it's like I don't mean hang it up but I mean for like like the pressure is on the fella game right
No
now. Like
CTG Chronicles.
fellas, it's
Yeah.
not
Right.
like you know what I'm saying? It's the fella game. Like, all right, the fellas are doing it, but I'm like, I'm still pushing back. Like, listen, I still got to, like, I mean, I'm to the point of because like I don't really, I don't be doing. Hold on, let me be back. I don't really, you know how I roll. I don't be doing too much. I just
Yeah,
be just there. Like,
it's
I'm
just a
just there to rock and
chill type of
roll.
shit.
Yeah,
You be
Right.
I'm
mad?
super
Yeah.
chill. I'm
Yeah.
chilly most. You know what I'm saying? I just
Right.
like to be there. I'm just that dude who just
Right.
want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really got to do all the extra. I just need to be there. That's my thing, and that's what
Right.
kills me. But it
Yeah.
just like seem like just wanting to be there. You guilty by association. So
Don't
it's
get
like,
started on that guilty by
you know
association.
what I'm saying?
Now, Smoke. I want to ask,
Yeah.
like,
Go ahead,
it
bro.
can't come to no kind of compromise, or has that already been done?
No, nothing is done. Nothing is done. Nothing is said in concrete. But
Copy.
what's crazy is that like I wish that I really actually while I was traveling and doing all that good ish, I wish I was actually watching people on YouTube because I would have probably seen. But I know some of y'all are just new to traveling, but like over my years, I would have probably I've been places I didn't walk past folks and all that. Like I knew Flip before he opened before the restaurant and all that. Like I've seen folks and met a lot of people, and a lot of people like walk right past and had no idea that I could have been having a good time with. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's so
Mm.
you know so, but I didn't really start watching YouTube until I started having a little time. Like, oh, let me see what these young travel niggas is doing.
Well,
And I'm like,
to be fair, Smoke, there wasn't really much to watch on YouTube in regards to like travel. Well, in our space like that, so I wouldn't even say like you missed out on really anything. To be dead ass honest with you,
cool, copy.
I feel like the whole travel vlogging aspect in the black sector. I don't want to say it's new, but it's still fairly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I
As
don't
far
even
as
think it's like
that
10 years
relatable.
old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Copy. As far as relatable cats, like you say, you can see some of the vloggers and some of the people, but you may not relate to them, like personally,
Exactly.
like things
Like there's a mulatto travel vlogger, right?
For example,
He's been traveling for like 10 years.
Copy.
They say he was one of the first people to do it, supposedly. But like you see how nothing he is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but and that's not cap. I'm gonna keep it a band. He's not really, I wouldn't rock with him. I wouldn't be like, yo, let's link up. But I'm just saying, I have seen like a Keith or him on YouTube years. I'm talking many years ago. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm, and I've been there before, way before them, even visiting the place and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know. But I wouldn't if I put it like this, if I had seen him, maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I'll walk right by. I wouldn't be like, yo, you know what I mean? Because it's not like some people just don't really
Smoke mad funny way, not trying to be like.
like, you know, it is what it is. But some people you can connect with, some people you not. You know what I'm saying? Tony D, sorry for keeping you in the back burner for a second. On thing. But we were just talking about real quick. Sorry to switch gears, but we were talking about smoke, love, and passports. All right.
Right.
So you know how I move. You know what I'm saying? I got all this travel from Padres from overseas. I got my man O on the panel. You know, my old lady is like, you're doing too much. You're traveling with the fellas. You're having too much of a good time right now. Trying to slow my game. So now I gotta choose between love and passports. Of course, love will prevail.
Of course.
But
Love never dies.
passport. Yeah, but passports still got to stay open because we still got to, you know, we still got family everywhere, so we still got to roll. But I'm just saying, as far as the fellas game, like I wanted to do a few things with the fellas this year. I had already made some plans, booked some tickets. And
Hey, tell her you need one more year.
you know what, I'm not going
And tell them same thing next year.
Everything is negotiable. Everything's negotiable, especially when you're in the driver's seat. You know, I'm not gonna say too much about that, but you know, I make things happen. But I'm just saying, generally speaking, you know, I have a full itinerary because I got to complete a couple of things on the back end on the business wise, you know. So I'm gonna have my head in the books pretty much for the majority of the year. So this is gonna be a slow year. So I may have to negotiate a January contract to just do a January up till post Super Bowl, and I may just cut my year short mid-February at best. You know, I'm just gonna have to do a few things early because I really have to focus on what I have to do because I have something that I'm trying to, you know, take care of that has to be done this year. But it's gonna take me the majority of the year, so I'm not gonna get around too much. So like after the end of that year, like this might be it, man. It may be coming to a wrap for your boy, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy, you know. Like I say, it's kind of crazy, but you know, it's a fine line. Go ahead, Keith. My bad. Go ahead.
Is there any way that you could pull your skirt down and be a man and tell her, listen, I need until November. All right?
Jesus.
Right? This is coming from Keith, right? Mr. I can't hide it no more.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I understand. Hey, you can go ahead and attack me backpack if you want, but you seen the list, and the list is crazy for 2023. We going all out with a bang. We got the Asia tour in April. We got the Africa tour in June. We got the Europe tour in September. And yeah, we going 100 places this year. So, hey man,
how much money you got?
Not enough.
Okay. I don't know a month you're not going on a trip, bro.
Not enough. So, hey, all I need is one more hot year.
And you know it's crazy. And I respect the gangster. And I respect the gangster, right? And how many years you been? And the crazy thing is, right? See, I look at it like this. I compare this to a major league, right? I compare this to say, let's see, somebody that won a chip in their last season. Like it's like, oh man, you've been struggling, you've been going to get it. And it's cool to find a nice team, a young Lions that's running the court and doing all that. But it's like, you know, y'all just coming into the league, but it's like nigga that been running the court for 25 seasons is like, bruh. You understand what I'm saying? So
I hear you, Rasheed Wallace.
And when you been with your joint for 10 years and you still got 10 seasons to run, it's like, all right now, you know what I'm saying? It's like Brady and Giselle. Like, all right, Brady, how many chips you need, player?
Now, facts. That's a very, very good analogy.
You know what's the aspect you got to look at.
15 seasons before, we on, and in 10 more years you still doing it. Like, it's time. So
Keith can't just stop winning though. That's his problem.
I can't stop winning. Go ahead, Tony D. Go ahead, Tony.
You got to look at this duration of your travels and then the duration of the relationship. I can't call you out when she's giving you a decade. She let you be yourself. Now it's about when you're going to be the two of you. Not saying that there's anything wrong with the travels or whatever, and I would almost say that to anybody out there who's in a traveling relationship, if you will, or you knew whoever you was with did a lot of traveling. They're going to travel. It don't necessarily mean you got to do all this, you got to do all that. You just like hanging out and rolling around. That's all good. But we already know in today's society, if you travel that much, you're thinking you got something else going on.
For sure.
I think that's where the problem lies more than anything.
Facts. Facts. I mean,
that's where the problem lies to me. And I mean, I wasn't much of an international traveler because I ain't got the money for it, but I have done it with the military. Now I've traveled a lot of the states with the military. I've been in relationships where I was all over the place. They let me be because they knew it was work related, not necessarily just hanging out or whatever. So we can throw a lot of those old variables out there where somebody was mad where you was always going. You had to stay on the phone with them all the time. There's got to be constant communication for trust. There needs to be trust in the first place. And that's where the issue is going to come in. If you ain't around me, I can't trust you. Now, we got to be real about that too. That's a lot of people's relationships. If you ain't around me enough, I don't trust you. I can't trust you. If you hanging out, communicating all over the place, and you free to move around more than I am, that's another issue. You know what I'm saying?
Super issue.
Yeah, that's a serious issue. So unless you've been everywhere you wanted to be, I don't see why you would stop. If you want to keep home happy, I understand that fully. There'll be no distance from me about that. Can't be. But the old ways on how I used to run, nah, they ain't trust me, and I ain't blaming shit.
Yeah, especially when it gets a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you go, because it's not like I don't be like, all right, let's go somewhere. You know what I always balance. I do balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I got
keep
two
it balanced, I don't see where there would be a conflict there. I would say that.
Yeah.
If you keep it
I'm
balanced, I don't
behind
see
right now. I'm 2 trip credits behind right now for starters. So I'm already behind.
Oh, you lit.
Season. No, credits behind, as in as in Halloween and Carnival. I'm 2 behind already, so I gotta
catch up. Okay, gotcha.
You need a smooth over trip.
Yeah, I'm already over the limit. My balance is jammed up right now. It's getting kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you
got one more full month to go through till you start wilding out again, though.
The only good thing about with Smoke, and where I say Smoke has a lot more leeway than somebody like myself, is Smoke was a traveler before he met his girl.
Exactly, he stated that too.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know why he has to. I don't know why you would feel like you had to capitulate more than you have to. But for me,
traveling.
For me, I wasn't a traveler for 10 years into the relationship. So that's even harder to come up with a new skill that you want to do. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you're a traveler. Like, that's a little bit different than like the other way.
I have to ask you a question, Keith.
You're gonna catch Smoking Keith's Couple Travels channel. You're gonna be lit.
Coming soon.
Keith,
I can see it already.
Can I ask? Let's just say, post marriage, right? Everything's all good and everything like that. I know it's like hard to ask, like hindsight now, but wouldn't you miss like going to a Cartagena? Like, wouldn't it eat at you after a while? Like, you know what I'm saying, 10 years after the fact?
No. I do believe that, right? And I'm not saying this isn't the end of Keith. I don't think. There's going to be a lot of negotiation talks.
We're going to do some different things.
I can imagine, right?
You're going to figure this bitch out.
Negotiation.
Probably just hopping up like, hey, like I said, sometimes same way like Swell said, like I'm just saying like a thief in the night. I'm not going to be able to do that because like I said, sometimes my girl don't even know I'm gone. She thinks I'm at home. So like, it's not going to be none of that when we live together. You know what I mean? So It is what it
Yeah,
is.
that's toast. That's
I hear you.
definitely that's different. You
No
know.
more LNTs. Damn, man. So
But
So
but see, like for example, see like O has a good situation. Like Omar, he has a good situation because he still has family overseas in it because he's living. You're in Medellin. You and Shorty in Medellin living together, right? Oh,
Well, she has
hey,
her apartment. I have my apartment,
so
but we're together.
so when you
even
return, you stay. You
even
have your own
better.
spot now. Oh, that's even better. Yes. All
You
right.
say what?
I
No, I
thought you
thought
wanted it to be this way, huh? Like that was by design.
Who, me? With me?
to
Yeah.
live separate or to live together still or separate now. Yes,
Well, I lived with her. Like I spent
I
maybe
remember.
about 5 months living with her, but we
Yes,
were in the basically damn near in the barrio, and I didn't like that. So when
Oh
we
yeah, nah.
do,
that's the hood. For those that don't know.
yeah. This is in Bayo, Colombia, which is she lives in Bayo,
Woo!
Now,
which is
now I know
That
where
ain't
that's
friendly.
at.
so.
Mm-mm-mm.
But the thing is, her complex is like a fucking fortress. So ain't too much shit can pop off. But the issue is that when I had to go into the city to do work, or I like to go to the city to do work, and I would have to be out of the city to go back to
Yeah.
Bayo before sundown. And one time the fucking Uber driver tells me this dude just dropped me off at the train station because he didn't want to enter into the hood to take me back to our apartment. so he
Well,
basically dropped me off. But anyway, I did that for about a half a year, and I'm not doing that again. So when we finally because I'm planning on most likely
Yo,
we're
yo,
gonna
yo.
get married, and at
what up?
that
What up?
point
You're
we'll move in.
Okay, so you
that
got your
shiny.
own spot in the
Yeah.
copy. Shiny in the building, man. Salute to Shiny.
Yo, what
What's
it do,
good, man?
Yo,
champ?
Salute,
yo, what's
salute,
up, bro?
salute.
Yo, I
Happy
just
holidays.
got on. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
Happy holidays,
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody.
happy holidays. Yo, we were just
yo,
talking about
look,
that my channel too. You know anybody that
if
celebrate
we-
Kwanzaa, bro?
nah, but
I-
only y'all can curse on here.
Yeah, you can curse in here. This
Only,
not monetized.
only them fake ass Black Power wannabe ass niggas, man, with the Kwanzaa shit, man.
Shit, yeah, God damn.
You know them fake,
Yeah,
you know them fake, fake righteous brothers, man.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and keep them out of these countries too. Because we
Yeah.
What's
don't
that?
need
Please.
no movement. We don't need no movement going on.
Yeah, you
Now,
know them.
now they all in
For those
Brooklyn.
that-
It's all good. No, let me stop.
They
that don't know,
they
real quick.
in Brooklyn
Praise
over there by the
God.
Barclays Center. I buy
Yo,
my
hold on.
I buy my oil
Yo,
from
Kyrie
them
playing. They left
niggas.
already. Kyrie playing. They left already. Check it out though.
Wow.
Real quick, a disclaimer. A disclaimer for those that don't know, that don't follow Sunday Night Smoke podcast. This is conservative radio. You just want to keep that in mind.
Oh,
Conservative.
my bad, baby, my bad.
Not as in conservative language, but as in conservative viewpoints.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The
So that
views of
makes
Shine 97 do not reflect the Sunday Night Smoke podcast or its partners.
No, we curse.
You know
No,
what
we curse over here, but we say conservative. That means politically.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
but
good.
nah, I
No,
don't
we
know
good with
nobody
that.
that celebrate
We're not
Kwanzaa.
for
Oh,
fake
that's-
black
well-
movements and fake lives matter. We're not for that bullshit. Oh yeah, this
Right.
is conservative.
Yeah, I am.
Well, you said conservative. I'm all for it. Now, I'm in.
Yeah, this is conservative radio. We don't play gimmicks. We don't
I'm
blame
conservative.
other people for keeping us down and stuff like that. No,
Nah, we
Thank
keep, we keeping it real on here, man.
Yeah, we
This
keep it
is my
real.
talk.
We don't blame the man. You have to make it. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps, but don't come over here. We talk grown
I
up.
thought you was yeah. You got me thinking you was progressive or something like that. One of them liberals. All right, cool.
No.
Safe space.
Nah, but
we talk grown
nah, but
folk radio.
homie was my bad. Homie was in the middle of telling the story. I ain't mean to cut him off. What
Yeah.
was that talking about? I just literally logged on. I'm here at work, not doing
Right.
nothing.
Let me give you a backdrop. As usual, Shiny at work, not doing nothing. Salute to that. We're gonna just real quick. The topic today is The topic is smoke, love, and passport, right? And that's opposed to love and thunder from Thor. Okay. So right
Yeah.
now, as you see on the avatar, you got me crying, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Because and then you got you drawing between the women right here, right? So you got the domestic woman on the left, and then you got the
Right.
exotic in the right where they represent the exotic, right? So right. So I'm drawn
Yeah.
between love and passport right now, okay? Because I love my
So
lady.
of course.
So the backdrop is so wifey is like you know she wants me to do less trips with the fellas at this point, even though we do trips together, like you know, and but
She
she wants me to kind of like I'm like we've been together for over a decade, and I've still been doing my thing, traveling, still having fun with the fellas and all that, and she thinks it's time for me to kind of age of 50, it's kind of time for me to
she trying to neuter she trying to neuter the guard.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that because that would be like sudden and while you're young. But when you're
that's wifey, so
old,
that's different.
because when you're older, it's different. Because if you've been like, you get it like I had a 10-year pass. Because remember, average passport will last 10 years. Correct, fellas?
Right.
You got 10
Right.
years
Yes,
in your
sir.
passport. Right? So I still had 10 years, as in okay, like you know what I'm saying. You married to the game. You locked down. You understand?
Right.
But you still get to have fun with the fellas. But how many years, you know what I'm saying, can you know what I really do that? Because most people I know haven't even been traveling 10 years, and I've been
Right.
traveling about 25 years, pretty much. So is it time for the old man to hang it up?
Put
You
your
know what I'm
jersey
saying?
in the
And then the
rafters.
back in the building. Is it time for like to hang the
You.
the jersey? Should the jersey be back in the rafters? Bandana, you back in the building? Is she making sense to the OG? She making sense to Uncle Smoke right now? Like, is it
You
time to hang
probably
him up?
gotta this could be a good opportunity for you to explore uncharted territories, because you know what I'm saying? Because if she know you going,
be clean and respectful, player.
oh yeah,
Don't get too crazy.
no, we ain't going too crazy. But
Yeah.
like the DRs and the Colombias, you might gotta hang that up. But you
Yeah,
might
that's
could go to
definitely
like you might could go to like a Peru, a Ecuador, and this be good too, because you showing me new places where I could take taxis. You know what I mean? Y'all follow? Everybody
But you
following?
know what it is? Nah, because
Shout out
she
to the
needs in general, like,
taxis.
no. We talking about like, like she wants to like instead of me going somewhere and bring it, like for example, like I switch it up, like we go somewhere, she goes somewhere with me. You know what I mean? I'll go with the fellas. Alternate the joint.
Right.
It's like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm back heavy on the trips with the fellas now, and it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And then I'm over 10-year. My 10-year lease is up. You know what I'm saying? And
I feel you, bro.
let's do our
As
things together. You know what I mean? Like that. So for you young bucks that's doing it, I need y'all to carry the torch and do this right.
Oh no doubt. I'm passing baton to Shiny Bolt, and we're gonna run it down. We're gonna run it up for you, baby.
That's
you know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
talking about. But y'all gotta do it right. So when I come on the panels, y'all gotta soak these jewels in that I'm trying to drop on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got a long way of going ahead of y'all, but y'all got to get this information, man. Because when I'm out the game is, I'm gonna still be on these panels, giving my little wisdom, but y'all are gonna be like soon, like, nah, nigga, you got old man getting your shit trash. like the grandfather rates don't work for you no more, like Big Super. You know what I mean? Like
I'm trying to get them grandfather rates, man.
You know
I need them grandfather rates. Nah, but
yeah,
it's
that's where we
the thing
at.
is about I be falling in love in Colombia like about 30 minutes at a time, you know what I mean? And then you got the no, I'm serious. You got to snap out. You got to snap out of it, because them chicks down there are so bad. You might break some rules, man. And I ain't breaking no rules, but some cats will, because them chicks is so bad. But you got to reel yourself back in after you get in a taxi. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Of course, when you get in a taxi, put your seatbelt on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Put your seatbelt on.
Enjoy the
and,
ride.
and enjoy the ride, baby. That's it. But
Mm.
don't be trying to buy the car. You know what I'm saying? Or try to keep the car for your whole ride. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
The whole trip, you
You
mean?
know,
Don't rent the car for the
the
whole
whole
trip. Nah, you got to
the
switch
whole
it up.
trip. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But you know, explore. And if you do find one that you want to the whole trip with, then do that. But be smart, man. Them chicks out there is bad, man. Different type of bad. Like, you know, as obviously y'all can hear. Like I'm from New York, man. You know, I'm from Brooklyn, live in Queens.
Salute to BK. Salute to Brooklyn, man.
Look to Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Manhattan. I don't know about
Hey,
Staten.
hey,
Yeah, I never been to
hey,
Staten. I never been there.
That's a
But
vacation in itself, huh?
Go ahead.
hey.
Oh, what you think?
No, I was going to say, and also, you know, and stay off of Tinder when you're down here in Columbia. Okay.
Sure.
You said stay off. You said stay off. You said stay off of Tinder, right? I see.
Man.
I seen that video.
Don't do it. Raise all of them. Don't do that.
Don't
man.
do it.
I ain't trying to be on. I ain't trying to be on that light skinned brothers channel with the jazz
That's
music
my dude,
playing,
though.
son. Shout out
my
to
dude.
shout out to
Yeah, when he played that, I'm like, someone got got.
like, man.
Yeah, for real, like, who is it this time? Like, damn.
Nah, but what you said is 100. Stay off them dating apps.
Whoever celebrated.
That's
Yo,
you.
happy holidays, Big Super.
Yeah,
Real quick.
happy holidays.
Happy holidays, God.
Uncle Soup.
Oh man, it's lit, man. I'm about to
Happy
not
holidays, man.
Yeah,
This
man.
is crazy. This is crazy.
So, smoke,
Check
man,
it out
what we
real
doing,
quick.
man? You're handing over the baton or what, man?
Real quick, I got to pass the baton. Real quick, hold on. Damn, I wanted to chime Bandana in real quick before he think, because we was talking about CTG. Bandana, real quick, pull up real quick. I want to give you that shine real quick. Bandana Travels. When you pull back,
Bandana's grandfathered in CTG.
He's grandfathered in. I was just getting ready to give him his
Sure.
flowers real quick, man. You smell me?
He the consulate of CTG. For real.
Yo,
Yeah.
hold on.
That's what I call him, the consulate.
Bandana. Talk to me,
Yo.
brother. Talk to me.
Yo,
Anybody
can you hear me?
I hear you.
Clear.
The floor is
Yeah,
yours.
I've been having
player.
like technical difficulties. I've been having technical difficulties, man.
Go for it, player.
Trying to
The floor is
get
yours.
this joint to work. Nah, you retiring, dog?
I'm close to retirement, man. Yeah, man.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna let you retire, dog. Yo, you know I got a girl too. You know what I'm saying? You know, I go out in and out still every month. You know what I'm saying? I'm not retiring, dog. No.
I need
Let me grab you real quick, Bandana, because I know you've been in and out. Let me grab you real quick. So I know you got a shorty. So right. So for example, right. So for example, right. How do you manage to travel having a shorty? How do you manage to travel like you know? I understand you doing your cinematography and stuff. Break down how do you manage to travel and how that works with your shorty in your situation, having a shorty in the States and being in Cartagena almost every month. Explain that. Can you hear me, Bandana? Yo, we can't hear you. His thing is messed up. Oh man, because he's a very frequent traveler. All right.
Yeah, yo, Bandana, if you hanging it up too, man, let me get your book.
Nah, he ain't hanging
Oh no,
it up.
Bandana not hanging it up. He ain't hanging it up now.
Yo, you can hear me, yo?
I can hear you now. How do you manage
All right,
the
look.
relationship? Go for it.
Look, I'm a YouTuber now. You feel me? So I can leave for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So I got a legit excuse. Yo, look, I gotta go film. I gotta put this footage up there. No problems. You know what I'm saying? Plus I've been with my chick for a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? And I hold the fort down. You know what I'm saying? So I told her, yo, I need some peace. I need some quiet. I'm gonna go hang on the beach. Then I'm gonna go film for 3 days. Feel me? So that's what I do. That's like the main reason why you don't see me put up the, you know what I mean, the nightlife and all the, you know, the activities that we do out there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't put it up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, because look, all it takes is for somebody to show her that channel. Well, me out there doing that with them girls, it's over. I can't go back.
True.
You feel me? So look, I just throw the culture up there. I don't care what it is. I go find a painting and I record it and throw it up there. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh man. You
so
know,
I ain't
there's
stopping.
that story, Bandana.
Yo, I ain't stopping. Huh?
There's more to that story, Bandana. What else you sell?
What you mean? What you mean?
What else you gotta sell it to so you can take them?
I ain't gotta do all that. I'm good. I'm good over here. I ain't gotta do all that. I ain't gotta do all that. No. I just tell her what it is. Like I ain't gonna say what I really be doing. You feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't gonna put all that out there. But I say, yo, I'm gonna go film. I need and
So
look.
you got a woman that's not like, what do you call it? What's the word? That's like, hangy, like to just, want to know everything that you're doing and want to do,
Nah,
Intrusive.
she give me my space.
This is a
You know what I'm saying? She give me my
Intrusive.
I'm playing one of your videos right now, Bandana Travels. For those that don't know, Bandana Travels on YouTube videos. This is Christmas in Cartagena.
Yo,
Oh, that was
they still got that curfew out there?
This is from his
Do
channel
they? Yeah,
right here.
I believe they reinstated it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm trying to go out there. I'm probably gonna buy my plane ticket today. I'll probably go out there in April. So
This is beautiful. You were just out there? Are you still out there, Bandana? Where you at right now? Are you still in Cartagena? 1, 2.
Now I saw him with the hoodie. He ain't rocking no hoodie in Cartagena now.
Oh, okay.
nah,
You'd be surprised with
Cartagena
him.
is crazy.
Wow.
That's just,
This is
if
definitely
you could
during
just
season.
if
Hey,
you
yo,
could just
Val,
get past all that craziness, you be
remember
alright
we were
out
filming
there.
over there before when they were setting up the big statue, the Christmas.
That's also like it could have been when we was there.
Yeah, on the backside. But remember, it wasn't set up. They were starting to set up the Christmas joint. Bandana, we can't hear you, brother. 1, 2.
Now, because they
Nah,
ready to put up the
y'all
elephant
did your
joint and
thing
all
out. Y'all did
that.
your thing out there. I ain't gonna hold you.
But yo, Smoke,
Bro,
I
like
think if you have
I
an
feel like I ain't doing
insecure
enough.
woman, I think if you have an insecure woman, it's hard for you to travel like that.
For sure.
But is it insecurity though when it's like, yo, like, yo, babe, I'm going to Cartagena. Like, I don't know if you would tell her that, but I don't know. But like, is it really insecurity when it's like, like we know what we doing when we out there. You feel me? So it's like, I don't know.
See, you got certain type of woman. You got like two type of
Well, my
women.
shorty from Colombia. That's one thing that you got to keep in
Oh,
mind.
It's tough. That's tough. That's tough.
So she
That's
knows.
tough.
She know.
Afro
But
Colombia.
Now you
She
can't.
knows.
you
She
got
can't go for the okie though.
you got two type of woman though. You got the insecure
Yo,
woman, and then you got the insecure woman, and then you got the woman that she knows she knows she know what time it is. You know what I mean? But as long as you don't throw it in her face, you know what I mean? She ain't gonna go look. But as soon as you start throwing shit in her face, this is where a lot of niggas fuck up at. They think just because the woman give you a little leeway and shit like that, that means okay, I can do whatever I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's
That's
a
all
matter of
facts.
not throwing it in her face. Because all my
yeah.
homeboys that's married, they all fucked up by throwing the shit in the bitch face. How you gonna
I
cheat
mean,
on your
Yeah.
I
wife
mean,
with a woman right down the block?
That is dumb.
Yeah, they moving sloppy. Yeah, they move
That's
sloppy.
dumb.
That's not a good
Yeah,
lie.
they move sloppy.
Yeah, that's not a
Yeah,
good lie.
that's
And I
ugly,
tell
man.
my boy this all the time. I say, yo, look, your woman don't mind if you cheat. She don't even care if you cheat. The fact of the matter is, if her family members or homegirls calling her saying, yo, she caught you, she saw you with this bitch or that bitch, if you got these bitches calling your house, and even going as far as to bringing one of these bitches in the house where your wife or your kids at,
Oh, you
Yeah, that's
Never.
wilding,
ugly.
man. You
he
wilding.
did it.
There's
He did
rules
it.
to this. There's rules to that. Like you definitely don't want to go.
yeah,
That's pushing the limit.
totally agree. I totally agree with what my man just said. Because I would say that because from my experience dealing with Colombians, they're more of how back in the day how our grandmothers or great grandmas was with our
Traditional style.
great grandfathers and grandfathers. They knew what time it was.
Fact,
they,
But
yeah.
don't do too much. But don't be too crazy.
right. Yeah.
Don't be visual. Don't have nothing out there.
Right.
Don't be
Right.
looking crazy. It's a
Colombian
difference
women are here,
between,
so
but at the same time, though, right? But at the same time, it's a difference between whether you will live somewhere and you're doing something, for example, but that's two different things between travel and thing, because travel is like you in a whole nother place. You understand what I'm saying? Opposed to you know what I mean? Because like for example, I would say like these drones out here don't measure up to what I'm doing over here. So that's hustling backwards. So if anything goes,
facts.
you have to be somewhere different. and, 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 and
Right.
and if you got a bad joint, she know what she do in the competition she measure up to. So she's very confident on these New York streets. You smell me?
So
But
that
but
goes.
but but if you
Yeah.
if, but I jump on the plane, then the plane feel it, then you know. You smell me? So
No, I be that plane ride home be
you know what I'm
stressed.
saying?
I be stressed out.
Right
So
here,
Uh,
you
Facts.
may be a 9. You could be an 8.5 over here, a 9 over here. But we bring you back
Uh-huh.
to what's her name? You know what I'm saying? Like,
like, what be happening to me sometimes, son?
the
I be
levels are different. You know what I'm saying? Back home and over here. Go ahead,
you
Con. Go
be
ahead.
you be sometimes you be overseas. Well, in these places, I be turning stuff down. You get back to the States, you go through a little drought, you be like, man, only
Like that would have been a good look.
that would have been a good
Oh,
that would have been a great look, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. But I think like them chicks, them like I ain't gonna lie, probably next year, cause next year I might do Brazil, son, cause I was kind of against it, cause they said
Oh
a lot of
man,
the
you better hurry up.
OGs said that they telling me be careful in Brazil because of the They said be careful in Brazil because of the trying to be politically correct. They said because of the Magic Johnson. They said the Magic Johnson crazy out
oh,
there.
they
So I was
got AIDS. I ain't
Well, just for starters, just for those folks traveling, for those folks that are traveling and that are out there, you just need to
put your helmet on.
be responsible. You need to be responsible. And probably I would say I would recommend for all activities, even if you're taking a quiz and you trying to figure out if you're a genius or not, whether you got good brainiac, whether you covered a
Right.
brainiac or not, you still
Right.
want to keep everything.
Rock that Jimmy,
It
rock that Jimmy Butler, man.
may take a little guesswork out of the game, but you kind of want a Jimmy B for all contact. It may not be as exciting, but you still getting the,
I
it
don't
is
know
what
if
it is.
y'all
You're still in the game. You're
experienced
still in the
this.
game.
I don't know how many of y'all experienced this, but like before I started traveling out the country, I used to go like mad states, and I used to thought like, yo, I got the baddies, man. I'm bagging the bad bitches out of state. Cali, oh my god, love the bitches in Cali, Florida, Utah, all the places, man. I was hitting up. But then as soon as I went out of the camp, as soon as I went out of the country, all that changed. I came back and looked at these bitches that I thought was baddies, like this.
Yo, son, my first trip to Colombia. I think I stayed because you be on Instagram. You be on Instagram like, damn, this one, that one. I went to Colombia, son. Yo, it took me like about 2 months to get back on Instagram, son. It's like you got it's like in Cartagena.
Facts. I lost, yeah.
I lost so much
exactly
interest.
what you're saying, Sean. I know exactly what you're saying. So I used to be skimming through bitches shit on Instagram and on Facebook and all that. And I was like, damn, son, yo, this bitch is bad, son.
Bad,
But yo,
yeah.
I went to as soon as I left and went somewhere else, son, it was over.
It's regular.
The only
It
thing
just
I
be
check
regular,
Instagram for
man.
is for the only thing I check Instagram for is the funny video.
Which is crazy. Like Omar said earlier, man. Salute to Omar. If you're still in the building, I see you got the avatar up. I understand you. You got the hustle going at the same time. it's just become like desensitized, right? Like we live. He, of course, obviously has more years under his belt than me, but like when you live overseas, and after so many years of the trips and the this and the that, you totally become desensitized. Me myself, I speak. You totally become desensitized to the women in the States. Number one, you like whatever. So if I've been desensitized since the 90s. Like I said, at 50 years old, I've been doing this since my early 20s, international travel, and I've not been impressed by any standard of the imagination in the States. And imagine this for so many years. So even for me to even settle down, it had to be exotic. Number one. Number two, even at that point, I'm just saying.
No, that's big fact.
I'm just saying, it's just crazy. It's definitely crazy because it changes your whole flow, and you just desensitize to beautiful women as a whole. You're just desensitized. It's just like, who cares, man? This is everyday regular shit. Like,
the crazy,
she bad. Your head can't even turn around no fucking more after a few months. Like, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna tell you, Smoke. I was in a damn Uber the other day, and the Uber driver, I wasn't expecting it, man. Motherfucker was off the goddamn charts, and she actually caught me like staring at her ass, like staring at her in the Uber, and that was like one of the first times where I was kind of like starstruck because the motherfucker was so bad.
You gave her a tip?
Huh?
You gave her a tip?
No.
Hold on, so you
You say what?
You tell me you was staring at this
What you say, Smoke? You say I'm tight?
Yeah, I said you're not really the tip, the heavy tip type.
Well, I tip, but like on Ubers, I don't traditionally tip. But that was a bad girl. And then I will say, like, you say what?
Did she say anything? Like,
Well, I actually, when she busted me kind of staring at her, I had to start conversating with her. So I started basically talking to her and found out that she driving Uber and she trains and she's a trainer.
Oh, word? Same. Well, you got the number?
She get trains ran or she run?
You say what?
Come on, you ain't bagging?
Nah, she a trainer. No, I didn't bag.
Yeah, he ain't bagging because it's so much. It's like so. What you saying is like pretty much like it was.
I'm just saying that the chicks are coming.
So
like
much.
when you're looking, like, for instance, you go to the mall and you're seeing the security guard, the fucking person that's sweeping, and you're like, man. Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying?
So even the garbage, even the sanitation lady out there had it, son.
Right.
Yo, crazy. I was hanging out with my peoples like it was like 4 days ago. We was hanging out, drinking and shit like that, kicking it. Yo, some shorty walked by, she was proper. These niggas was like, damn, shorty, yo. And I wasn't doing none of that shit. I'm like, yo, that's a regular bitch.
Yo, it calm your whole traveling calm. Yo, I only been doing this for a year, bro. Traveling calm your whole joint down, son. Like
them niggas I don't even like. Them niggas was short. I was bugging out. They was like, yo, niggas stupid. I say, yo, son, I've been telling y'all to get your passport and travel. You understand why? I'm like, yo, yeah,
If more brothers travel, the clubs will be empty. All these bottle girls that y'all supporting. Yo, son, I ain't about to throw. Shout out to the credit card brothers, but yo, shout out to the credit card brothers, swipey. But yo, son, y'all be throwing 100 packs at these girls. And y'all don't be hitting no home runs, son. Y'all be striking out. Y'all be yo, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not spending 500 and striking out when I can go somewhere for 300 and have a good time.
And here's the
Exactly.
crazy shit. Niggas spend like 3,000 on the bottle, 2,000 on
That's
the
crazy.
bottle.
Don't
And
forget
then,
about the
you know,
section. We gotta get a section. We gotta look lit,
oh
huh?
man, I forget the section.
Oh,
And then after that, you know what I mean,
hookah.
they try to holler at the bottle bitch. And what she do? She gives the niggas her Instagram.
Her Instagram.
Niggas don't
The
even get the
game is
number.
so.
They get the
I'm
Instagram.
trying to
Yo,
see
I,
a
I
young
think
buck,
I think
man.
by default when you spend time overseas, it helps you when you go back to the States to not be putting
Facts.
folks on a pedestal. So
facts.
Yeah,
that
facts.
goes a long way. Then
Because
if you
some of
learn
these,
if you're learning the language, that
Man,
add a couple
game
of
over.
octaves to your game. You know,
really,
Ooh, game
so just
over.
imagine you go back to the States and you able to speak Spanish to one of them chicks out there, in New
Oh,
York or wherever. That puts
that's
you
what
in another on another level.
that's what
Facts.
killed it. That's what killed it for me. Like being able to speak the language. Mr. Flip Flop in the building. What's good, Flip? That's
Salute,
what
Flip.
kind of
Salute, Flip.
that's what
Flacco
kind of killed it
26.
salute,
for
Flip.
me. Like with the language and all that other good stuff, and so that's kind of what number one that helped in me building a relationship. Number one, because being able to speak the language, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Boy,
See that
That's
that
a
would
fact.
be
that's
like
number
a
one.
game changer if I had that joint.
Yeah,
That's number one.
So growing up in
You just
Bushwick,
take
you
me like
kind
a
of
regular
understand
dude.
Spanish a little bit.
Facts. You know what I mean?
I will say that guys, I recommend you gotta learn the language. I mean, hell, studies show that learning another language helps your brain stop from deteriorating. So that's one benefit as well.
It's gonna be too late for that. I think all that other
But
stuff delayed plays a
learn the
part.
language for real. Like,
I heard that a lot though. I heard that a lot.
yeah.
I
Slim
hear
City
that.
in the building.
Salute.
What's good, Sam?
But I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
Salute, Sin
what's up,
City in the
man?
building. Go ahead, Shiny.
Saying,
What's
what up,
good?
baby? We out here,
Good.
we out here, we out here cake baking, huh?
We out here talking
Yeah,
about
man.
the cake
I've
bake.
been so
Oh
desensitized.
wow.
I've been so
That's
like
fine.
from my first trip to Dominican Republic, son. I got desensitized like a motherfucker.
Nah,
Came
facts.
I came back like regular bitch.
Nah,
It get
I
crazy.
got desensitized to Mexico. Mexico was my coming out party. Pause. Like, I went to the resort. My cousin has been there already, and he told me, he said, "Yo, son, you going?" Because my first real vacation, I went to St. Martin's with my family and shit. You know what I'm saying? I went to a little strip club they had out there, whatever. Shorty tried to rock me to sleep. She gringo me to death. You know that Westbrook move when he rocking the cradle? Shorty hit me like that, son. Son, I'm in the spot. I said, all right. I only took like $100 with me, whatever. Boom. I go exchange. I get the singles. I had like 150 with me. The singles. I get the singles. The Russian joint start massaging my back, so I'm kind of like egging her. Like, you know, I'm from Brooklyn. We be kind of aggressive and stuff like that. So I ain't trying to look like no gringo, even though I am. So I go sit down, and they had a Dominican chick in there. And she came up to me. I was like, whoa. So going to back with her, she started doing a little dance. She said the dance is $35. You know, young thirsty nigga, whatever. My cousin was with me. OG though. Cousin, official tissue OG. If y'all young dudes traveling, ain't nothing wrong with having an OG with you. It's gonna set you straight.
You
Yo,
need that. You definitely
my
need that.
cousin,
I think that needs
facts.
to be a law. You don't go nowhere without OGs with you, especially in another country. Come on, we got to make that a law now.
Yeah, you got to have an OG. They're gonna steer you on the right path. Even though OG might get on your nerves, she's gonna steer you on the right path, son. So
Exactly.
Shorty was like, the dance is $35. So I'm like, all right. So my cousin was like, yo, let's pay right now. So I was like, I ain't realized till after. So Shorty dancing, she's dancing, whatever. She take her top off, boom. So you know what I'm saying? I'm and all that. Boom. Then
This dude is hilarious, dog.
yo son, then the bottoms came off, right?
Oh wow.
So I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
So Shorty, I said, yo, cuánto es? I mean, how much? Shorty said $700.
Yeah. That's what they
Thank
do.
you.
That's what they do in
Back.
San Jose. They do that in
700
San
US.
Jose
700
also.
St. Martin dollars or
No, son, they use US dollars there, God. One side use US
mm-mm.
dollars. It's two sides of St. Martin's. It's
Oh.
the French side. It's a French side and the Dutch side. The French side, I was on the Dutch side. The Dutch side use US dollars. The French side use euros. Shorty said $700. Nigga, I softened up so quick, no homo. And when we get out the joint, she's saying that I owe like she said I owe like $105. So it's $35 per song. So she already rocked me to
like that one time.
she rocked me to
Oh,
sleep.
man.
Exactly, son. So I don't want the young bucks coming up to go through stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She won $105. I negotiated it down to 70. Boom, paid her, and I got up out of there. But that same $70, you take that same $70, you take that same $70 into Sewer or Cartagena, you know.
That shit goes a long way. I got caught like that in a strip club one time. I should have known better. I took, brought to.
Me too.
This was in New York, though. Nah, this was
Oh, hell no.
Long Island. In Long
I
Island.
was in Dallas.
Long Island, yo, so you said Long Island? Which, if you don't mind me asking, which club was this? Cause
shit, I forgot the name of it, but it was like, it was my boy, bachelor party. And shit.
Where was it, Hempstead?
Bachelor party too. Oh
Yeah, it might have
no.
been. It's somewhere in Long Island. I forgot the spot, man. But
Did you think it taste the honey?
Man, yo, I went in there like Shorty was right too, man. I was like, yo, damn. She was like, yo, you wanna go in the back for a dance? I said, well, I'm gonna get if I go in the back. She's smiling and shit. You need to find out. You need to find out. I'm like, what? Like, and that's like, I was, you know what? Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, how much? She's like, oh, it's only $25 a song. I said, all right, that ain't bad. So we get in the back, first song playing, shit. And I'm like, I'm trying to grab titties and shit. And she keeps putting my hands to my side and grinding on me.
Yeah, like get on.
I'm like, she started to see that I'm getting annoyed and shit. Like, yo, this shit whack, son. So then she started taking off a top, not knowing these motherfucking songs. I don't know who the fucking DJ was. The song was not.
The song was like 30 seconds long, son.
He ain't even getting to the hook, and he's switching records on you.
Yo, I hate that. And that be counted as a song.
Nigga cutting the song after one verse on you.
Word, this nigga was doing. Talking about it's lit. Come on, fellas, get those down, new shit coming out. Boom, from the record. I'm like, all right, bitch, yo, we need to hurry up. This nigga wilding out. I'm adding up. I'm hearing the song. I'm like, yo, if this nigga has mixed this shit, that could count as one song, right?
Nah. You getting one verse. You getting like 30. Each song is gonna be about 40 seconds. 30 seconds until the hook come in. And don't let the hook be the
until the freaking verse.
After I told her, yo, man,
yo.
After I told her, bitch, yo, what's up? I'm trying to fuck. What's good? She was like, no, we don't do that over in here. I said, what? Man. Oh shit! Nah, song's up. This bitch is saying, yo, $125. I said, what?
Yeah, son. That shit
vicious. I only had like a buck left.
Nigga, even
I
thinking
say, yo, look, man.
Yo, same here.
Yo, take this 100 and be happy, bitch. Cause trust me, you want to take this 100 because if you tell me no, I gotta pay extra. Now you're getting nothing, and me and security, you gonna have to do what we gotta do. And I'm gonna fuck this shit up. I'm gonna tear this whole club up. I was gonna throw bottles, break shit, hit just random niggas. I was gonna have everybody in that motherfucker fighting. That's my
club.
I was young. I was young. That was my young-minded attitude. Like, yo, I felt so scammed and so ripped off, son. I felt played. I had mad emotion going on in me, and I just wanted that bitch to say no. I want my 25. I would have tore that. I swear to God, son, I would have tore that whole fucking place up, nigga. I would have been in jail.
That would have been your first step. You would have been in them books. You would have
Yo,
been in
my
them
man wouldn't have made his
yeah.
wedding, son. My man wouldn't have made his
Soup would have been
wedding.
on the boat.
Word.
Nah,
My man
Yo,
wouldn't have made
man,
his
you'd
wedding.
have
I
spent
promise
something on
you.
Rikers.
He would have been on that
promise
boat.
you, he wouldn't have made his wedding. He'd have been locked up
nah.
with me because I promise you, the crew was there. I came out of that. The bitch said, "Okay," took $100. I came out of that shit. I said, "Yo, it's time to go."
Yeah, because
I said, because if I stay here one more minute, son, I'm gonna burn this shit. And I'm gonna fuck that DJ nigga up.
because
You
he
know what's
he in
about
on
that?
the scheme.
Yo, I
And
was
that's
so
where you
tight,
went
yo.
wrong. Because you
I
should
was
have been
so tight.
overseas. Dude.
Yeah,
You
I
fucked
was
that
so
up.
tight, man.
Facts.
I was grilling security with the most evilest fucking look I could find. This nigga kept turning away, looking away. Mind you, this nigga is bigger than me. But I just want him to say something. I just want him to come over and say, "Yo, what's your
Yo,
problem?"
he was heated.
The problem is I just lost all my bread.
I was going,
That's the
yo,
problem.
I was gonna get my money back in blood.
Oh my God.
Nah, them
And look,
Long
now think
Island
about
clubs
this.
is
Right?
different, man.
Now
Yo,
peep this now. This is where you went wrong. For starters, you was that same amount of money that you ended up losing, right?
yeah, it
You
was
could have
definitely
definitely
lost.
looked. You could have looked. Say, for example, you lost 300. Say you spent 300 that night, right? 300 at a regular 300 at a regular strip club in New York. 300. You don't
Mm,
hit the home run. You're not scoring. You
facts.
just hanging out, right?
Leaving with blue balls.
That same 300,
Yup.
that same $300 you could take, right? And I'm giving those out there that's listening, gang, that same $300 you can look maybe a month or two in advance and spend $300 and go to a different country on vacation,
Facts.
Facts.
right? So instead of one night, which may consist of maybe 4, 5, 6 hours of fun at best, more than likely 3 to 4 hours fun at best, plus you know what I'm saying. That's not including the money you spent on the liquor and everything. So say you spent $500. For $500, you could actually go somewhere for a weekend. 300 on the airfare, maybe 200 for a couple of nights in a hotel.
hmm
You could
Or you
actually
could do
go
with that same $500 when you get out
with
there. Too.
500,
Shit.
go somewhere for real.
That's $500. If you negotiating right, that's 10 taxis.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, when you get there, that's a whole nother story. But it's just getting there. The whole point is you got to get there. So it's just I'm trying to just inspire folks to think outside the box.
Just
Like
get there.
you don't want to look good in front of people that you're not really gonna rock with. Like for example, you go there, you get a bottle service. Say for example, me and 3 of y'all, me and 4 of y'all went out. We want to get a VIP. Our
Mhm.
band is gonna include this, that, and the other. It may include a little couch, little section, a couple of bottles, 5 bands. So we all put up a band apiece, right? That
To
just
get
get
a
us in the
sip.
joint. That just get us in the joint. You're gonna get the bottles, but you're gonna want to share with some of the Jones. You're gonna want to, get loose, holler, socialize. But
Drink.
if you ain't taking nothing home at the end of the day, and if you ain't really scoring,
Wait.
not really getting a long-term connection or something that's gonna get you some kind of return on the back end out of it, it's kind of like a L. You kind of looked good in front of folks, but that didn't go so far.
Ain't
Opposed
go
to you could have
far, bro.
spent 500, 300 round trip, 200 in a hotel, and 500 to spend for 2.5 or 3 days somewhere real quick. And could have had a blast, a little more fun, seen some more exotic looking ladies.
Facts.
You know what I
Some
mean?
model
And
looking
your
bitches.
status could have been elevated just for the fact that you weren't from there, as an American tourist. So I'm saying too much. That's one to grow on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Flock
Like
for the playmaker in the building.
And you
like
know,
You know what I'm
till
travel.
saying?
this day, after that shit, till this day, like I really hate clubs.
Yo,
Me too.
Soup, that's what I was getting ready to say. I don't
Yeah,
even like
I
I
hate
live in
clubs.
Queens. I live in
Don't
Queens.
do the club,
You know,
man. Don't do the
we
club.
got the dance hall spots. We got the dance hall spots over here on Merrick Boulevard. You know, I'm
Yeah.
kind of plugged in a little bit. I don't even really be going, son, because I'm just
Yeah,
be like, yeah, I'm gonna stand.
stay at the island
Yo,
taste
and
and all
day,
that.
like,
You know
yo,
where that's at.
anytime I
Well,
go
Island Taste
in,
closed down.
Out.
It's
yeah,
a different spot
You know what
now.
I'm saying?
like,
All
and
of
it's
those
till this
places.
day, like, if I go any type of club or
Shout
any
out to
type
Cheap
of
Shots.
shit with security and shit like that, like security always shift to my section, son. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't give off that energy anymore, but for some reason,
Yeah,
like
you do.
security, they get nervous when I'm in their spot, man.
But check it out.
No
Check it
homo.
out.
You a big dude? No homo.
Check it out. Real quick
Yeah,
though. Real quick. Check it out.
That's probably why.
Before we get drawn back into the city, because we're trying to stay as far away from New York City as possible with this
yeah,
shit. So we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this overseas. We're gonna keep this shit. Let's bring
yeah.
this.
They do that shit with me
Back.
overseas too.
Let's bring it back overseas, right?
Yo,
So check it out.
backpack. I went to Paris Lounges with Miguel.
With
They had
Miguel.
this one little, yeah, they had this one little stocky ass security guard, man. Like all the security was, what I mean, was just minding their business. But this one stocky one, I guess he, something was in his feelings. But I started, the nigga kept, just staring at me and shit. I'm trying to have a good time. I'm in another country, but the nigga kept doing it. So then finally I say, you know what, enough of this shit. Because I get to a point where, like, what I mean, what the fuck now, man? So I look back at the nigga, and then the nigga turned his head on me again, son. All of a sudden, now me and the nigga is my homeboy. Why do I have to grill a nigga so fucking, like, I was gonna tear this shit up too, man.
Oh man, this is what
I
not to
don't
do.
drink.
Those out there listening, when
I
security
don't
try to put a
drink.
soft press on you, you're not that nigga to
Yo,
be
look,
messed with. Don't tear the joint up, man.
I
Look,
don't drink. Everybody, I don't really drink like that. But with Miguel and I guess I forgot. I told him I was gonna buy a bottle. I said the bottle's all yours, man. He's like, nah, come on, drink with me. I don't want to drink by myself. So I say, yo, Miguel, you don't want me to drink, nigga.
Miguel,
He's like, nah,
Miguel
that's
for
all
putting up
good,
with
nah.
this.
I know all these niggas in here. So I said, all right, cool. So I drunk, right? I drunk from a joint. I started drinking it. And I'm feeling good, man. I'm looking at these bitches and all. I'm like, yeah. And this one little tiny ass security guard, one of them little Napoleon complex niggas. Man, short.
Oh,
Man, short. I was like, yo, man, I had to grill that nigga. I was like, yo, as soon as I finish this bottle, so I'm gonna make this nigga eat this shit. Cause I'm getting
no.
tired. But then he calmed down.
Yeah,
He calmed down and relaxed himself. And then he realized that, what I mean, all right, maybe I shouldn't fuck with this one because that nigga got some serious fucking head issues. And I don't think it's gonna go well for this establishment. Not him, the whole establishment, because all them Dominican niggas will have to chase me down. And yo, it's gonna be a bloody night. But it was,
But we're gonna.
and then at the end of the day, me and Miguel got into it too, man. We was fighting over a
Oh
bitch.
man, we're gonna bring it. We're gonna
Nah,
bring this
tell
back
him why
to the
though.
love
Tell him
side,
why.
man.
Tell him why though.
Oh yeah, cause the nigga stole my bitch from the other day.
Oh, man.
There you go. Now I remember you telling this.
Because I'm like, we gotta bring this
Yeah,
back
that
to
shit
the
was
love.
funny,
You doing
man.
too much, y'all
Nah,
niggas.
we had a good time though. We had a good time that night, man. That shit was funny as hell, man. I keep laughing at the whole
man.
shit.
Don't do that.
But
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
but the thing is, my thing is like when I do go out of town, I'm not
The
ignorant.
thing is,
When I don't
chill.
like when
Check
I go
it
out of
before you.
town.
No. Bring it to before you go out of town. Bring it to before you go to out of town. We're gonna reel it back in. Check it out. Having a main joint, right? How does your joint? Because you travel, because you be out of town, right? So we're gonna reel it back in. We're gonna bring it back to the topic at hand. The topic is love and passport, right? So how do your joints in New York feel?
Bless you, bro.
Salute.
Bless you,
Salute
bro.
again.
Bless you.
My fault. Thank
Salute
you.
this. See the back pack val. But check it out though. Soup, right? How do you like, yo, mom, I gotta take a quick trip right now. Let's bring it back to love and passport. Traveling while you have a relationship. How does your significant other feel about it? And you know what I mean? How does that work for you? Being a traveler.
Well,
And do you have a significant other, or are you a solo? Are you just
well,
like
I'm
not involved?
solo. I'm
Right.
solo right now. But when I did have a joint, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you handle your business like a man, she have no reason to question you. You know what I mean? She have no reason to be all up in your shit. If you say I'm going here, you going there. There's no why I don't want you to this and that. There's none of that, man. You know what I mean? It's all about what I mean. If you handle everything as a man, you know what I mean. You don't disrespect her and shit like that. You know what I mean. As far as you know, bringing bringing your activities back with you. You know what I mean? When you're home, like when I was with my shorty, like all my attention was on her when she's around me. You know what I mean? And
Copy.
like I said, man, give her all the love she needs, man. All the love, all the talk, But if I say, yo, I'm flying out of town, you know what I mean? And where you going? I'm going over here. Like I told her I was going to Jamaica. Like, oh, I want to go too. Nah, I'm going over to Jamaica with my cousin. It's just me and him.
A fellowship.
Yeah, not even a fellowship. Yo, me and him traveling. I don't like to explain myself to bitches. But if your woman knows that you're not you don't explain
I mean,
yourself.
if it's your girl, no, more so not if you just dating, because there's a difference. If you just dating, real quick. Sorry to not keep your thought process. Keep your thought. Sorry to interrupt you. Not like you explain like if you just casually dating, that's one thing. You don't really gotta explain yourself to the chicks like that. But like, say if it's your main chick, if you in a real relationship, like you saying, like if it's like wifey material, like wifey type shorty in a relationship, that's more so of where I'm getting at.
Yeah, but
I don't know, but I think what Big Super's trying to say, it's more of a character flaw. That's what me. Like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I hate explaining myself. It's just a character flaw with me. I don't know, like Big Super, is that the same with you or?
Yeah, that's the same exact way. Like I really don't like your main. If it's your main joint, like we're talking about main joints.
Your main joint. Your
This is
main joint.
This is my main joint.
I still hate
Let's
it.
say, yeah, if me and her is together for like a few years and we strong. She should know
like
me
that.
enough. She should know me enough. Like, say, if I tell her I'm going, I'm going out of town, I'll be back in around these amount of days. You know what I mean? That understanding should be there already. Because it's if like if I was in the game, say I was in the game, you know what I mean, and I'm hustling or whatever the case is. I don't want my main shorty knowing what I do because if it comes
Right.
down to it and she got to testify against me, you know what I mean? It's not a good look. So when when I get into like a relationship with a female, I kind of make it a situation like that. You know what I mean? If I go out of town, the most you gonna know is that I went here. You know what I mean? So if there's an emergency,
This is where I'm at.
you know where I'm at. You know what I mean? You got my number. Or, you know what I mean, if I have an emergency, you know what I mean, the call, if it's coming from an international number, call it's only me. So you need to pick that shit up ASAP. You know what I mean? But the point of the matter is, you know what I mean?
Give me some bread real quick,
Yeah. But the point is, like, as long as you set it up in a situation where, you know what I mean, she don't have enough information, to crucify you. And at the same time, she don't got enough information, you know what I mean, to be complicit to what's going on. Whatever it is that you're doing when you leave, you know what I mean? And then she don't have to feel any type of way or have any type of doubt. But you know what I mean, that's something you gotta already set in motion. You gotta establish that in the beginning of a relationship rather than, just trying to establish it at the last moment. Because now you have a comfortable with a point where she needs to know everything you're doing. And she really don't need to know everything you're doing. Whether even your wife. Your wife should know a certain amount. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna take that back. Your wife is different. Maybe she can know more.
That's a little
like I said, she can't testify against. You know what I mean? The way I look at it, I want a chick that could testify against. You know what I'm saying? So she get enough information where it lasts. When you start asking more fucking questions, All right, now we got an issue. Now, you know what I mean, you asking too much. What's your real motivation here, bitch?
Yeah, but like
Because
you
you're
say,
asking
like
me way
yeah, if
too
you
much.
just dating, it's different. If you dating, it's different. Val, you also want some. You don't want to be questioned, Val. Now, Val, let me ask you about the not wanting to be questioned thing, right? That's
Yes, sir.
if you like say you in a long term, because I know some of you fellas are younger and you may have not been in longer term relationships, like or like you know what I mean, long term committed, quote unquote monogamous relationship type of situation, right? So like if you're just dating, like you say, what's your response to that? Like you're just dating, so it doesn't stop your game. Like so you in and out, you overseas for a month at a time and all of that. What's your like? How does that work with you, Big Val?
Big Val, like I've never been in that position to where like I had to explain myself going overseas because like I kind of just like I was placed in a position where I was single, you know what I'm saying, during those events. So I've never really seen it. But I'm just telling you just all of my personality in general. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I'm just a guy with very low patience and I just hate having to explain myself, you know what I'm saying, to a significant I was just saying in general, honestly. But like more so I have less patience with females, so to speak. Like as far as explaining myself and all this other stuff. So like I could only imagine like it being the same thing if I was like trying to go overseas and you know, Shorty's questioning me about my movements and stuff like that. Like I see myself getting irritated very, very fast.
Hey,
Go ahead,
salute
Keith.
to the panel. Salute to the chat. I agree. Back. I got to get up out of here. Yeah.
Keith.
So I appreciate
I'm sorry that
you
you've
letting me
been
come on your panel, Smoke.
Nah, thanks for
Yeah.
coming through, man. I appreciate you. I wanted to grab you one more second. I'm sorry, real quick. So
Go
you've
ahead.
been absorbing this information. I'm sure you've been, working behind the scenes
Of
because I know
course.
you're busy at the same time. But real quick, what would you like to say besides, all right, thanks for having me. I'm out of here. Fuck y'all.
Nah.
Give me what is your take on
It's all good. You say that shit, man. Just say it.
what's
Fuck
your,
y'all.
Hey, yo, I agree. I agree with the
what's your
opinions.
summary?
I agree with the opinions of everything I heard. Like, just different ways and different compromise you got to do. Like when you're trying to like travel and still trying to do something back at home, whether that's relationship, whether that's the next level, whether that's engagement, marriage, whatever level you going to, it's gonna have to be some conversations and difficult things you're gonna have to talk about.
Absolutely.
If you want to travel, because don't none of us really want to give it up, and don't none of us want to miss out on none of the fun. So you're just trying to navigate through that. So only one other shameless plug. Check me out tonight, live chat, travel girlfriend experience with back in V Swell. So
I'll be there.
I'll be there too, son. Yo, hold on, I'm gonna drop off too. Yo, I'm gonna do finish some work.
Don't look at the
Yo, salute to
thumbnail.
everybody.
Don't look
Yo.
at the thumbnail.
Yeah,
Salute to you too.
The thumbnail features backpack getting fed. He likes to do the girlfriend experience and be able to explain a little bit more of what he wants to do and why he likes it so much. So yeah, check me out if y'all got time. Swing through.
Hell
In the chat panel. I appreciate it as always. And yeah, I'm out. I got to do some stuff before
I
that
hate this
time.
guy.
30. Peace out, y'all.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
And to play devil's advocate.
Smokey Boys is wild. I love this shit though.
And play devil's advocate.
This guy always making it hot.
I'm so used to being on every, but I'm telling him thanks for having me, and this is my joint.
What the hell, Smoke? Like what the
But to play
love the brotherhood.
though, on the same topic, like I'm the same way too. Like I don't want to know where my bitch is going. I don't want, you know what I mean? If she says she's going somewhere, it's going. If we rock like that, we rock like that. You know what I mean? As long as she don't come back pregnant and say it's me, we all good. But yo, you go do you, and I'm not gonna be calling you all up and shit like that again. Nah, we're not gonna. I'm not gonna do all that. You know what I mean? Unless I feel like, just saying hello. I just text you or something while you're on there. Hello, you good? All right, you good? All right, cool. So that way I don't, I checked in with you and shit like that, and make sure you're good, and that's it. I don't mind that. I don't mind a bitch, checking in. Don't call me though. Just text me and say, you having fun? Yeah. So good. You good?
Don't
Yeah.
don't bring
All
the
right, we
feds.
talk
Don't
to
bring
you
the
later.
feds with you. Just hit me in the text. Don't ask too many questions. Flacco the
You know what I
playmaker
mean?
in the chat
Word, don't.
says casual dating to New York female. She thinks in her brain
Flacco.
she's really your girlfriend. That's the biggest problem. I pretty much say I'm going to Virginia to see my grandmother. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't dated a New York bitch
I'm
in a
going to
long
VA to
time, son.
I'm
I
out
ain't
of
gonna
here.
hold
He be on the beach chilling with some Jones.
you. Word. I haven't
NBA
dated
2K
a
in the
bitch.
building, man. Salute NBA 2K. Says salute to the panel. What up, chat? Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
haven't dated a New York bitch in a long time, son. I ain't gonna hold you. A long time. Long fucking time, son. I'm talking
It's
about when the Razor
desensitization.
phone was back out. I ain't fucking with
You
them
said the
bitches.
Razor
My
phone?
cousin,
Oh
yeah.
man.
My cousin been dealing with them hoes, and yo, I just their attitude, I just cannot stand a bitch with a nasty attitude, son. It just, it's just a turn off, son. I find nothing sexy or attractive about a woman who talk to you like if they're talking like niggas on the block, like, yo, bro, what's your
New York
problem,
Knicks.
bro? Yeah,
New
yo,
York
bro,
Knicks. Yeah,
it's
it's
fucking
rough.
lit. It's fucking lit. I said, what? She's
You know
like,
what though?
my
Are
guy.
all of y'all from New York? Is everybody
Yeah,
on chat from New
guilty.
York?
For the most part. For the most
I
part.
think three of us, right?
East Coast. We all though. Tony D up above. He was born and raised in New York. Bandana, I believe he may be in GA right now, but I know he Jersey. We all East Coast up here
Okay.
much
All right, cool.
at this point, which is all good. You know, people are the same wherever we are. The game don't change, just the players and the environment on the board. But yeah, salute to everybody in the panel. Salute to everybody in the chat room, everybody that came through. This is crazy. It's been kind of crazy.
No,
Like
this is a great chat. I'm not going to lie.
Right.
Great dialogue.
Yeah.
Smoke, you shutting it down. I think I got my hookup now, man. I think I got it right,
No,
dog.
I'm not
You hear
shutting
me?
it. No. I was saying salute. I was just doing the intermission. I
Oh,
wasn't shutting it down.
yeah. I think I got it right now, man. I
Yeah,
think
you
I got
good,
it.
you
No,
good.
take your time, Pimpin.
All right,
Take your time,
I'm
Pimpin.
all in.
Usually I just take a pause for the cause. I'm gonna just play.
Oh, all right. I know what it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna just drop a couple of quick.
I was talking on the Joan. I was talking on the Joan like it was a phone. Like I had it to my ear like it was a phone. That's what was wrong with it. I didn't know you had to keep this stuff open. So now I know you got to keep it open.
Yo,
Yeah, I got
man,
it.
you in Colombia right now?
Nah. I'm back home.
All right, cool.
No, I'll be back out there in a couple weeks though, like 2 weeks.
You damn right he'll be back there in a couple of weeks. Let me just play a couple
Yeah,
of
I'm
promos
sliding.
real quick, man. Give me a second. Let me just play these promos real quick. Just to give a quick pause for the cause, station identification.
I don't know what happened, but look, that's on Smoke Sunday Night Smoke podcast. Go check my boy. You know what I mean? For sure.
So has he said some things that are, borderline crappy or whatever, and then he backs it up with his video? Yeah.
Well, come on, Slam. No wonder why I blocked you. That's absolute insanity.
Yes, sir. We just had to pause for the cause. Back at it. Sunday Night Smoke podcast in the building. We got Backpack Val, my right hand man Tony, Big Super, my cousin Omar in the building. Last but not least, Bandana Travels. Let's pick this conversation back up. We're talking love and passport. Let me just throw that.
Yo, it's a nigga down there named Jay. I can look at the comments. It's a nigga named Jay Moss. I seen him in Val chat earlier. Asked me a question. Yo, dog, when you in Cartagena, get 2 rooms, dog. Get one in Boca Grande, get one in Wall City.
Yup.
Do it.
That part.
Yeah, get 2 of them
Shout out
Jones,
to
dog.
Jay Moss.
2 of them. Yeah, I
Jay
seen him
Moss,
in
he
the
a real
room
one.
earlier. Asked me a question, but he asked me a question. I couldn't get back to him fast enough.
What's the
You know what I'm
travel
saying?
distance? What's the distance between Boca Grande and inside the wall?
Like 5 minutes.
It's like a 10-minute ride. Yeah, it's like 10 minutes with the traffic. It takes like 10 minutes. Yeah, depending on size you want, like if you closer to the Guido, you know what I mean, it's gonna take you like 10 minutes. But if you like right in Boca Grande, like like on the Hyatt side, like the good side, real good side, and you'll get over there real quick, like 5 minutes.
Because I'm
Facts.
saying
No, you're
like
right. You're right on that.
I'm saying it was like this. So we know like the taxi's a little shaky out there and shit sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh
I
yeah,
got the man for you. I got someone for you if you go.
I got drivers and everything. I got drivers. I got dudes that run you around.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah, we got that. So
Yeah, I got people.
you ain't got to
I got
worry.
airport people to pick you up. Yeah, I got airport people and everything. They pick you up with a SIM card, whatever you need.
Yep.
He definitely.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
definitely
Pick you up
You
with
ain't
a
got to worry
SIM
about
card.
none of that.
held us down right there. He held us
Because
down
another thing with
like
taxi cab, dude, they don't got integrity. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if they know you
wait
do
for the
that,
young
they're gonna
drivers.
up the rates on you.
The young taxi drivers you want to stay away from. The young boys, they stinking up the game.
Yeah, the young boys.
With the older taxi drivers. If you got to jump in a random taxi, that's not a hookup from Bandana Travels. Go with the older gentlemen. The young boys.
Yeah. I got some people that run you around. They good. They don't try to overcharge or nothing like that. Or try to get over on you.
And what's the average? Like, what's the average from the airport to let's say the wall? Like to get you to the wall, the average. Hold on. The average price distance. What's the average price and the distance from the airport to the wall?
To the wall should take you because the traffic be goofy. It be goofy getting to the walls from the airport. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna take you a minute to get down there. I would say with traffic it'd take you like 20 minutes. I'll give them like 15. I'll give them like 15 pesos for it. 15,000.
Yeah, I gave him 10 and then $2 just
like
grab him a
$20
backpack. He
or
was
no,
in
No,
love.
15,
He was like, "Oh
15,
my God,
15,
thank you."
15,000 pesos is like $3. Probably like $3.
A word?
Yeah, it's like $3.
So bet. So this nigga get $3 from the airport to the wall.
Yep.
Because
on the
you
way
know,
to the airport, he was
niggas
just like,
might
"Yo,
hit
give
you
me
in the
30
head.
pesos." He was like, "Give me 30." On the way out, he was like, "Yo, give me 30." I was like,
Niggas might hit me in the head and talk about $20 because they try to do it. When I first went to DR, niggas talk about $20 from the airport to Boca Chica, which is like Boca Chica is like 10, 15 minutes away from the airport. And my
you know what?
spider
That's
sense
not
said,
bad though.
my
It's really
spider
not that
sense
bad.
said something was wrong. So I said, you know what? Let me check Uber. Because, you know what I mean? My first time there was late at night, too. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Let me smoke. Let me enjoy the fact that I'm here. It was late at night. I was thinking, yo, man, should I wait till morning comes up? Or should I jump in a cab and go to the hotel now? Because I got there around 12 o'clock at night. No, 11 o'clock at night. So I'm like, yo, should I just wait here in the airport to the morning and then go to the hotel, or should I just go right now? So I said, you know what? I'm looking at my phone. I see the Uber app work. I said, what? So I said, yo, let me try the Uber app. I tried the Uber app. It says like 400 pesos, 300 pesos at a time. I said, yo, this is lit. So I called the Uber. The Uber
Yeah.
came. I didn't have no issue
That'd
back
be like
then.
$9.
And shit, I got there and I tipped the nigga a little something, got to the hotel. Shit was crazy. So that's why I was like, yo, like going to a new country for the first time, you know what I mean? Everybody's, you know, we all know the airport, the taxis, who the first one to get you. They get you coming in, and they will fuck up your trip before it even starts.
Yeah.
So
But
that's why
you
I
know,
like to find out. I always ask, the first question I ask, from the airport to like a certain area in the country, you know, what y'all normally charge or what y'all supposed to charge and shit like that, and you know, distance.
Yeah,
the good
plus
thing
them
is
taxis,
they
they be in on
normally
they
get
be in
you
on the
for an
robberies
extra
too.
$5 or $10. They won't wreck your whole joint. But if you get got by the taxi,
Nah,
it may be
Nah,
only
it
depending
can't
on how
don't
close
smoke.
you're going. I mean, depending on how
them
close
taxi
you're going.
bulls, they can
Nah,
set you up too. The taxi bulls, they can
Yo, they could be
they can have
grimy.
somebody pull you over on the highway and rob you.
That's the
Yep.
probably. That's the problem. That's why I always say pack light. Don't bring too many bags. You know, dress down, go basic. Don't look too super. You know what I mean? Even though you a tourist, it's
yeah.
automatically, and no tourists
I mean,
come in here broke. Everybody's coming on a Relo budget. They would
nah,
imagine. So everybody got some kind of bread at some point. But that's one thing I recommend. Pack light. Don't come with too many bags and over if you know what I mean.
Nah, but
That's one thing also.
Smoke, this is what I mean by like how the taxi niggas will fuck your whole vacation up. It's like, you know what I mean? If you know you got and stuff like that, now your whole mentality now is like, all right, you know what I mean? If the taxi nigga doing this, that means everybody in this fucking country doing it. So now you're
Yep,
gonna be on some whole other type mentality type shit. Not saying you're
that is
not
true,
supposed
man.
to be, you know what I
Yep.
mean, cautious of
Yeah.
certain shit.
You on your guard
But
now.
like certain things, yeah, like but certain things like you definitely need is, a ride from the airport to your hotel and a hotel room. Even a hotel will fuck your whole vacation up too. You know what I mean? By telling you, we don't allow guests. That's it.
Yeah, some dumb shit like that. Yep. Fact.
Yep,
You gotta
almost
be like,
happened to me.
all right, let me unbook this motherfucker. So that's
Yeah,
why it's
it's
like
like
scary, like when you book these hotels, like because you see the package deal that comes with the hotel and your flight, and then you gotta say, yo, man, so you gotta find another hotel. But the thing is, you already paid. That's why now I do the Airbnb. I book when I get there, or
you
you know
can
what I
do it
mean,
separate.
where I could.
I definitely don't recommend you alluded to Super. The package
Uh,
deal is usually only good for family
Yeah,
travel.
Let
So
me
that's
jump
I
one
in
book.
with
thing.
you,
If you're
Smoke.
package dealing,
Yo,
the
Soup, you
package
rock with
deal
all
is usually the
Airbnbs? You
best.
don't use no hotels?
Um,
Some
I
Airbnbs have
do, I
strict
do,
rules also, so you got to be careful
yeah.
as well.
Like
You
I
got to
do
make
both
sure
now.
everything is clear cut and dry with the Airbnb
Like
host.
if I'm comfortable with an
Listen,
area,
yep,
and if I'm comfortable with an area and I know the area pretty well and got an idea of the area, I'll rock with the Airbnb. But if it's like somewhere for my first time, I want to do the hotel so that way I can,
Mm-hmm.
get a feeling of my surroundings and get a feeling of how everybody's moving. It's hard to explain. It's like a New York thing. Like when you touch down somewhere or you're in an area, spidey sense come up or certain feeling comes up and you be
Spidey
like, all
sense.
right, cool. I know where to, you know what I mean? I know how to move here now. I see how everybody's moving, so I know how to move over here right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to move
fact.
like this instead of moving like that. So it's just that
Yeah.
feeling. You know what I mean?
True,
Hey, yo,
true.
Ace,
That
I
makes
got to
sense.
drop down. I'm about to go grab something to eat and steam. I'm gonna wear out my phone. Salute to everybody up in here, man. Appreciate the invite, Ace, as always. Big ups to everybody. And listen, the international travel game. I want to thank y'all. I'm a dude that does not do that a lot, and y'all giving a lot of game up here in different specific locations. I feel it needs to be respected more than anything. Now, letting people know where to go, how to move, and how to be careful of the moves you make when you go places you ain't familiar with. We had that conversation before as well. You know what I'm saying? So all these factors are gonna matter though. But big ups to all of y'all, man. I'll get up with you though, bro. You know I got to do that show at 6. So I'm gonna go get my grub now.
For
I
sure. So
appreciate you,
tell
fam.
Glick,
Appreciate
I'm gonna be pulling up also.
Absolutely,
Let me leave
absolutely.
about
Big
6
ups to
p.m.
y'all, man, for real.
I'm about to hit the gym as well, so I'm about to
Appreciate
depart myself. Yo, Smoke, thank
All
you for
good, man.
everything, man. That was a great, great discourse we had today. Not gonna lie to you.
I'd like to thank everybody for pulling up, man. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for pulling up, Tony D. Check you on the back end. I will check you out on Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast here on YouTube at 6 p.m. For those interested, it's a different kind of flow. It's a podcast. It's different. It's different. I'll just put it like that. For those interested, that's 6 p.m. Backpack Val, thanks for pulling me.
Not a problem.
You know,
And yo,
my brother.
Smoke, I just wanted to say one thing to you. Whatchamacallit,
Say what you
remember
need.
what we was talking about earlier today? About Miss GP?
Yes, please.
Like, I wanna
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Copy.
I'm interested in pursuing that. So like, yes, I want to get
We'll
me, you,
talk
and her.
about
You know what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah.
Copy.
Copy,
Yeah, I
man.
definitely want to put that together. Yeah. There's definitely it can work for all parties. So it's a good
OD,
look. You know what I'm saying?
OD.
Listen, hit the gym backpack. Yo, champ, keep putting that work
Got
in.
you.
Thanks for joining. You know what I'm saying? Check out my
Always,
man's channel,
always.
Backpack Val, BAKPAKVAL _ on IG. BAKPAKVAL on YouTube. Backpack Val. You heard. You know what I'm saying? So we still got Bandana Travel. Still got my man Omar in the building. Omar, I know I've been holding you hostage all day, cuz. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good run, almost 3 hours. We lit.
Yeah, this is long.
Um,
This is a long little deal.
it's been good. Like, you can tell me
Yeah,
the fuck out of here anytime you want. You know what I'm saying? But this is just good information for a brother that's living overseas as well. That's why I kind of like bring you
yeah,
on the
yeah. I had
joint.
wanted to. I wanted to
Go
intercede with
ahead.
my when my boy was talking about setting it off in the club. Like, dude,
No, he
can't.
yeah, he
Yeah,
he bring the Brooklyn with him everywhere. But a lot of time it's just for
right,
entertainment purposes. He's a grown man. He knows kind of, you know what I'm saying?
right.
You know, he don't be
Yeah,
on that.
cause I do want to make it clear to all of the passport bros out there, like you you got to remember that you are the visitor.
With no
This is their
weapons.
home. This is their home field. So
Yeah, you don't have weapons
you need to
except a
act
bottle.
accordingly.
Yeah, the bottle can carry you so far until the guns come out.
Mhm. Right.
So you got to keep that in mind
And you can
also.
and you can't be playing around like that in Colombia because you don't know who the hell is who. So
For sure, for sure. But like I say, Big Super, that's my dude. He knows. He know how to move, you know what I mean? And
okay.
at the same time we always keep entertainment value. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
we always gotta, because at the same time it's a podcast, but we have to keep it interesting, you know what I mean? Entertainment value, you know what I mean? You know,
Right.
you know how that moves. Like Bandana travels. Like he
You.
definitely know how to move on them streets. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
he like a mayor out there in that wall city. He like the mayor. I can't front,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the walls. Yeah, at nighttime. Yeah, yeah. Things get different.
it gets real different, you
Yeah,
know.
it get different.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you want to stand out too much. You kind of want to just kind of, you know what I mean? You kind of want to just move how you move, but don't try to do too much. Don't try to be
Right.
too out there. Like, you don't got to be the star of the show. For those that's out
Exactly.
there listening,
I
like,
try to
right
stay
now,
away from them brothers who want to be the star of the show. I disappear
yeah, like
because those
I
are typically the ones that may get you in trouble
for sure,
by
man.
default.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have, like, a lot of brothers don't realize, like, I know it's a cultural thing where we kind of want to shine, you know what I
Yep.
mean? And you know what I mean? Um, you know, so
I
but
would
at the
say
end of the day,
Colombia.
we
I,
want
I
them
would
to
say
go
Colombia
clear.
is far different from the DR. You know, when I was out there in the DR in Santo Domingo,
Definitely.
it seemed like everybody was flossing. So
Yeah,
but out here in Colombia, it's a whole nother ball game, especially in
Yeah,
Medellin. It's
yeah.
it's
Well,
it's
yeah,
almost
yeah,
it's
yeah. Smoke.
it's almost a no floss zone, which which
not a
I
no
Yeah,
which
me and
fly
which
Smoke
I
zone,
talked
a
which I
about it.
no
which
They
I
changed
somewhat
snatch.
floor.
like.
Floor
Remember the
zone,
boy?
not
Remember the
no
boy
fly
that got his
zone.
chain snatched? Smoke in front of us.
Yeah, yeah. We saw
We saw
somebody get
somebody
their
get their
chain
chain
snatched
snatched. Yeah, we saw they get their chain snatched.
right
Yeah,
in front of the club. Got his
yeah.
shit snatched right in front of the
Uh,
club, in front of everybody.
yeah, right in
Like,
front of
whole
everybody. In
Oh,
front
mob
of
that,
had to
everybody.
chase this nigga
with
down.
a on dude on a moto.
Nah,
No,
it was a
on
boy
foot.
walking up. He just walked
On
past and
foot.
snatched it and ran.
Walked right
What?
by dude coming out the chain out
Wow.
the listen, let me just say for starters, right? I'm gonna say that J Ma says Big Super's a comedian, don't take him serious. Yeah, Omar don't know Big Soup. Yeah, O don't know Big Soup. Um O ain't really in the circuit like that. But check it out. Yeah, some you on foot, not even on a motor, on foot. Like, we individuals out there when we were out there that had, still determined to wear the chain, and like it's like
Yeah.
and it was a few people still determined to wear the chain, and we're not, nobody's a sucker, but if you kind of in a party turned up and you a little tipsy and you coming out the joint and somebody just snatch your joint and run, you may not be on point enough to chase them down to recover your chain. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
if you
Ah, then
you
look.
drinking and
How
all that,
about you do? How, yo, but look,
and
how about you do chase him down?
and
You
you turn
chase him
that
into an
corner,
alley, and it's five dudes in the alley waiting you with knives, holding knives. What you gonna do?
you're gonna get robbed. The
Yeah.
rest of your pockets are gonna get emptied. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
You put your hands up,
they
and your
already got
And,
your
pockets are
and
gonna
chain.
that
get
They already
empty.
got your chain. They
yeah.
gonna run your pockets too.
They're gonna run your pockets. And they may run your
Yeah.
sneakers. They may run anything, and everything is off. All bets are off at that point. So that's another
So
Dude,
thing.
my
It's not really worth
my
but
it.
my folks are from Panama City. Like I consider my dad's generation, his guys are kind of on the hood side. They grew up a little bit rough, but even when they're in Panama, I remember my cousin, because you know how the Panamanians do, especially over there in New York. They got the fucking gold chains and the bracelets and the
20
name
little
plates and
things on.
shit.
He got like 50
Yeah,
little gold things on.
yeah. And so my cousin was saying that he was in some area. I think he was in Caledonia,
Caledonia. I think he said
and he
Caledonia.
said Caledonia, and he
Mhm.
say that they was looking at him like food, you know.
Yeah.
And he's Panamanian. He's semi hood, and he realized that damn, I need to take all of this shit off, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, but look,
you know,
here's my thing.
Real
Here's
in
my thing. If they going over there to go pay for chicks, like, you know what I'm saying? We all know what they going for. If they going there to go pay for chicks, why would you wear a big gold chain? Now she really gonna overcharge you for wearing the chain. She know you got money. You know what I'm saying? What's the use? Why are you trying to show off for a chick that you gotta pay?
And you trying to,
I'm
and
confused
you
by that.
could get stolen too. Like that's another thing. If you're dealing with street chicks, your shit could get stolen. Other
Yeah.
things. Like, if you're gonna bring all of that and you're going there for that purpose, your shit could get stolen. And even if you're just going to hang out, have fun, and relax, and even see your family or your friends or whatever, you're still a target on the street. So, like I said, we seen the shit live. So it's not just
You see it live. Yeah.
that's crazy.
Every time I'm out there, somebody get
it's
the
a
chain.
packed street. It's in front. I'm talking about it's 100
For
people.
everybody.
It's not like it was
Wow.
nobody outside. Like the coast is clear. It's 100 people on the street on a crowded weekend night. This was
Wow.
what, Saturday night or Friday night? This was on a
It
prime
was like,
time.
yeah, it was like, yeah, it was prime time. It was like a Friday,
party.
Saturday, so
Yeah, it was like there was 100 niggas
for
out there.
everybody.
It was for
Yup.
everybody.
Yeah,
It
them
can go
yeah,
down. Like
I
it's
try
real.
to tell dudes. I try to
That's where
tell
the love
dudes, man,
is.
like you don't need to. You don't have to be flossing. You know.
You don't need it. You don't need
Yeah.
it. Why would you wear a chain in front of people that wear the same clothes every day? They might got one outfit they wear for 4 days in a row. Like, why would you even
Word.
why would we want to show off for them for? It don't even make
Like,
sense.
hey, I was at
Just be regular.
I was at my boy's Christmas Thanksgiving party. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Sweet Georgia Sports Bar here in Medellin.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier. Backpack Valley, and I'm talking about it. I've never been there. Mhm.
Yeah, that's one of the guys that I work with. He's the one who runs that spot. But anyway, he had a guy that was there, and the dude was looking like basically Jodeci. You know, motherfucker had the whole leather pants and shit, and gold
Leather
big
pants
ass
and
gold
fucking
rope
Columbia.
chain. Like, yeah, dude was fly. He was fly. And so I'm looking at the dude. I'm looking at the dude, and I'm like, damn. So I talked with my boy later on. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, why this dude got on all that shit? Like he literally had on like diamonds and shit. Like it was a big rope diamond chain. Like he was out there like he was going to fucking like red carpet on the Grammys or some crazy shit.
Oh man, BET
And
Awards. Oh man.
and so come to find out, my boy say, oh, he's been robbed a couple of times. So
Christ.
like this motherfucker, yeah, crazy.
Oh man, he don't get it.
Yo,
Hopefully, was
you
this
out
shit
there in
fake,
Medi
though?
right now?
When they robbed him, did they
Yeah,
give it back?
I'm in
'Cause it
Medi
was
right
fake?
now. Huh?
Yo,
Yeah, he lived there.
you in Medi? Oh, you live there?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
lived there
Yo,
now.
I gotta ask you, yo, because you would
Mhm.
know. You boots on the ground out there, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
From you living out there, yo, how many cases a week that go unreported that people don't know about other scopolamine out there?
Shit, I think at this point is known now because like I think these
Oh, yeah.
brothers be reporting everything in those Facebook groups and stuff. But I typically
Yeah.
at this point I'm tired of the shit. You know, I'm tired of hearing about it because these dudes don't listen. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Right.
you know, the common denominator in all of the shit is Tinder.
Yeah,
That's the common
niggas is in them
denominator
online, the
is a date
online
apps.
dating.
And
Exactly.
they're just not and they're not listening. So it's like, okay, these dudes deserve to get their ass drugged and get their
Yo,
shit
it's not,
stolen.
but I'm saying on top of that, what about like is it because I ain't never been to Medi, you feel me? Do they be running around blowing into people's faces like the stories I be hearing? They just walk around just blowing into people's faces.
Nah, I don't
No,
think
no,
that's
no, no,
accurate,
no,
Ross.
no, no,
Okay.
no. They ain't just blowing
It's
it in
not
your
like from
face.
the Batman
No, this
movie.
is situations where like it's situations where they're on Tinder, and then the other
Mm-hmm.
situation that where they get caught up is when they trying to, you
Two
know,
chicks.
for
Two chicks.
instance, there was a case that was recently in one of them Facebook groups where a dude was approached by gringo dude was approached by two
Two
chicks,
Mm-hmm.
two chicks, and he ended up wanting them take them back to his house or apartment, whatever, and that's where he got. So it's a case where you're on the apps. It's also a case where you trying to be dealing with 2-3 chicks at one time, thinking that you doing some shit, and next thing you know, you sleep, you wake up 2 days later with all your shit gone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, and then the other thing is like these guys, like, it ain't normal nowhere in the fucking world where two random badass chicks is just gonna walk up and start holding, a conversation with you. So, like, in my mind, if I
Well, they
experience something
are.
like that, my radar is going off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why, because I think Bandana mentioned this about having the street sense. Like, these dudes be losing that for whatever reason when they come over to these different
No, you're
countries.
thinking with your little head. It's not about street sense.
yeah,
Some dudes are just not
right.
street smart to begin with, and then
Yeah,
they're
they ain't got it in.
you're starting off not street smart to begin with.
Right.
Then you're thinking with your little head over your big head. Factor number
Right.
2. Then besides that, then you're thinking, let me grab 2 chicks. Like, you
Right.
doing way too much. Number 3, you're still
Right.
going on these apps, which you've been warned, do not do that, do not do that, do not do that. So it's so crazy that it's like it's a whole bunch of things that kind of work into, you know what I'm saying? That kind of work into it, that factor into it. And besides that, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
just off point for 1 second, it can happen to anybody. But if you
Right.
kind of, avoid certain things, like number 1, stay off the app, stay off the dating
Dude,
apps. Just go there and just,
every
engage.
now and then, I get random WhatsApp messages, from chicks or whatever, and like Facebook messages. And when I get the shit, my fucking heart drops. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I immediately
You in the setup
like
network.
every now and then I will like talk to the chick and ask questions or open-ended questions just to see where the shit going. Then eventually I'll block them. You know what
You
I'm
know where
saying?
it's going. It's going to the
But
setup.
right. And so I immediately block them, man. So it's just like I just at this point, man, I'm tired of I'm tired of it. I don't even want to hear about it.
That's the
But
shit. That's crazy.
so dudes have been warned. So,
Listen, let the user beware. Let the user
Huh?
beware. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
them
that
dudes,
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
them dudes shouldn't be going down there in the first place because they can't even handle the women here in the States, dog. They
For
not. They
real.
don't. Matter of fact, yeah, a lot of them dudes, like I know in Cartagena, them dudes that be out there, them dudes are straight suburb kids. They don't even go to the cities and none of the hoods. They don't have no street smarts at all.
Where they live.
You know
Where
what
they
I'm
live
saying?
in
And
their
they
own
skip
city.
past. Yeah, they don't even go
Well, I
to
think
the spots in their own cities.
I think Cartagena is the best place for them because Cartagena is a little bit more controlled.
It's
They can
getting
get
worse.
ripped over
It's
there
getting
too.
worse. No,
Yeah,
it's
they can
getting
get ripped.
worse.
They
I
getting
be out
worked
there.
over
They
there.
get ripped.
It's getting worse
Man, what? Them
because
suburban kids
Bandana's
getting
in
their asses
Cartagena
fat to 'em.
he's there monthly, so he's spending like you
Yeah,
more
them
so
suburban
MBE. He's
kids.
in
Oh yeah, they getting
CTG.
the business.
Yeah.
Yo, them
Wow.
dudes is getting
He's
the
out there every
business
month.
out there. The suburban kids that like the last time I was out there, I just seen a suburban kid. It was his first time there. I don't know. He started getting on YouTube and found and seen vlogs, and then he went out there. So what he did was, I sat there and watched him and listened to everything he was talking to the girl. He's talking to a girl. He took her, right? He took her. never got a price established. What you think happened to him when after them 4 or 5 hours that he done fell asleep? What you think happened? I guarantee you,
You already know.
she woke up and say, Poppy, I want $500 US.
Hey,
He never got a price established.
they got to figure that out though. But see,
He
the
just
thing,
took her right inside the hotel.
yeah, because what happens, you
Yeah,
get
like-
starstruck.
Yeah, these ain't street niggas doing that. A street nigga would be like, yo, what's all this going to cost me?
But
I got this.
But hey, I'm not a street. I'm not what you would consider a street dude either. You know what I'm saying?
But you got intelligence, though, but you're smart, because
You say-
there's a difference.
You say what?
I said, but you're smart, because there's a difference. You ain't got to be from the street. Some people are not street smart, as well as not regularly smart, and don't use common sense.
Yeah.
And then they're thinking with their little head over their big head,
I
and that's when they end up in trouble.
Yeah, I just seen the boy just take her. Just come on in my hotel. He just took her right on in.
Because
Yeah,
you
I'm
never
pretty
seen
sure
a-
she stayed as
you
long.
never seen a woman that
she
looked
stayed
like
as long
that
as
in
she
real
could.
life, and it was so easy
Right.
for him, and he was like, "Wowzers, this is so easy." And then in the back,
And I
end,
think that,
that's when he's gonna have
and I
to
think
seek
that's
some
kind
help.
of what saves me a bit. Well, you well hell, Smoke, you know me. I'm a scary motherfucker too. I ain't about taking too many risks or whatever. But you know,
Sure.
if all of a sudden a damn 10 or 11 just come up and walk up to me, you know, talking about what's up, you know, my whole damn radar going off. You know, like what's really going on here? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's just amazing how it seems like it's just
No, it's too
it's
good to
easy.
be true. It's a fantasy for
Yeah.
some people, because people are going there. Because remember, it depends on whether you know what you're traveling for. Number one, number two, your
Mhm.
personal life, where you from, how you travel, what your expectations for the travel or the vacation is. So there's several factors that plays into the negligence that some people are dealing with. But we're gonna just let that be a disclaimer. Let those that are traveling, that are listening out there, be careful. We're gonna wrap this because we had 3 hours. This was a hell of a run. This was a good run. I definitely like to thank y'all for joining us. Give us your words in closing on love and passports. How do you manage travel with your significant other, but you still want to travel? Give us your closing comments on this. We're gonna start with we start with you first, Bandana. Get at me. And then
Oh man, you know me,
and
like
then give us your channel. Tell us your channel one more time. I'm gonna
yeah,
put it in
yeah. I
the
look at it as because I missed a lot of the show. I was in and out, but
copy.
I just
Yeah,
kind of figured everything out. Like
Mhm.
you can still have a girl, you know what I'm saying, but you got to hold the fort down. You got to handle your business and don't move sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to do like how I do, I still got a girl and everything. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a relationship for years. You know what I mean? But we got to understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I go for 3 days and I go handle my business and then I come back. You know what I'm saying? I don't stay long. And Smoke, you've been with me. You see when I dip off, I go holler at my girl, make sure everything good.
For sure.
And then I'm back in the mix. Yeah, I'm back in the mix again. You know what I'm saying? So I know like a lot of dudes, they just going and just they telling their girl they in Florida and stuff. Like, nah, dog, just be straight up, because if something happened to you while you were on these places, you're gonna need to call somebody. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well just put some of the business out there, but not all of it. Just let her know where you at and everything. But yeah, that's all I really got to say on it. But yeah, I'm Bandana Travels. All I do is put culture up. That's it. I don't put none of the negative stuff up, or
No
you know what I'm
nightlife.
saying, the no nightlife. I put a little bit up when I was out there, but it ain't too raunchy or nothing like that. I may end up start throwing a couple girls in the start doing food reviews and just be sitting there with one of the girls or some crap like that. But that's as far as it's gonna go. It ain't going no further than that. That's all you're gonna get is culture from me. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. That's all I'm gonna get is culture.
Culture, baby. The culture.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the culture. Actually, we're gonna spend a little of the
Mhm.
culture right here.
Yeah, but
We're
look.
gonna-
And before I go too,
Yeah, take
yo,
your
like
time.
I want to tell a
Take
lot
your
of
time.
dudes, like I tell a lot of dudes, like, yo, don't just go out there just for one thing. Like when you go to these countries, you know what I'm saying? Absorb the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just go into one little thing and just be doing one little thing. Like, Come on, man. You could do a lot of that. You could do that here. You know what I'm saying? Go. You went to this country. You can't even tell me the local beer that they drink. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't even tell me the local meal or something like that. All you know is the mangoes, and that's it. Like, dog, get a little bit of culture up in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from the hood, so we the stuff that I saw in Cartagena, like the bird zoo. I never been on the boat, so I went to Cartagena. I was on a speedboat. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do some of that stuff too as well. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your life. You only get one life. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. Go on a real vacation. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
that's I'm out off for that one.
Hell yeah. I don't know why my thing acting up right now after all this goddamn time. Got my shit looking like AOL. But this is from one of my man Bandana Travels recent videos. He was just there, you know, as you can see, you got the holiday lights, you got the festivity,
Yeah, culture.
festive look.
Yeah,
It's
festivals.
culture, man. So when you vacation, man, that's the whole premise of the travel. You know what I mean? Nightlife
Exactly.
is just an additive that goes with the
That's
you
the
know, it's like
cherry
a
on
cherry
top.
on top.
Yeah.
For sure. But that's Cartagena, that's the clock tower area. Sorry that the video is kind of acting crazy. Let me shut it down because I'm looking crazy right now. But I was running this earlier on. It's one of your more recent things. The views are looking beautiful, camera looking nice and crispy, clear. You know what I mean? Normal people,
Thank you,
man.
sir.
Everyday
Appreciate
people
it.
out here, man. That's the culture right
Yeah,
there.
everyday people. Yeah, that's the culture. Exactly.
For sure. That's the everyday culture, man. So Omar, what you got, man? In closing and wrapping it up, love and passport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I would piggyback off of what Bandana said. Like, you know, if you're gonna continue to travel, I definitely wouldn't be lying about it. You know, because that's gonna bring more trouble on. Um, so be straight up, you know, and I would say that because I know that this type of situation can be somewhat difficult dealing with a a chick that's in the States, basically saying that you're traveling all over the place, which brings me to why, you know, I believe that you should expand your options outside of the U.S. because you're gonna find outside of the U.S. more traditional attitudes when it comes to men, you know, hanging out with the fellas or traveling with the fellas or going out with the fellas. It's not necessarily a big deal. Um, as long as you're taking care of business at the crib, as long as everybody's taken care of, then you're not going to have any issues. But definitely don't be lying about it because I think you're going to get yourself in more trouble lying about it.
Oh yeah. Keep it a band. Keep it a band with your significant other. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them know. And then you gotta also consider the same in the same token that if it's you know, that's another thing you have to consider, like you gotta weigh it out. You gotta say, all right, if you're if travel is your hobby, when you enter the relationship, let them know, listen, travel is my hobby. I'm gonna be traveling. Sometimes we'll travel together, sometimes we'll travel separate. You know what I mean? So that's definitely game. Thanks, salute. And then the travels in the building. Check out his channel. But yeah, you gotta kind of lay the groundwork. You know what I mean? When you enter the relationship, it's all about communication and all of that type of good stuff. But yeah, man, that's love and passport for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like let them know, like, hey, I'm trying to travel, baby. You got a passport? Travel with me. If not, stay here, hold it down. Let me go represent. And just because I'm traveling doesn't necessarily mean I'm chasing skirts. I travel for the adventure, the camaraderie, and all that other good stuff. You know what I mean? There's always going to be women. There's women don't have to go anywhere if I wanted to see other women. I just walk out the house, go to the supermarket or something. You know what I'm saying? May not see that many exotic Jones, but you're gonna see some Jones regardless. But that's another story. But thanks for coming through, cuz once again, my man Omar coming to us live from Medellin. Thanks for giving your input, cuz. Once again, man, it's been a great run. Thanks for everybody that came through and joined the panel. We talking to everybody from Big Super to Shiny, Backpack Val, Keys, Bandana Travels, D Blake. Everybody, thanks for coming through. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody. Thanks to everybody that came through from the chat. Too many names to mention. Salute to C3 content creators, my dude Tony D. I will be checking you out in about an hour or two. Nonsensical Nonsense podcast. Everybody, thanks for joining the Sunday Night Smoke podcast. Smoke, love, and passports. The pipe is smoke it, y'all. We out of here.